Prefer when I'm by myself. I don't wanna hang around y'all. Pray for.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Combat Sports Weekly Live. We are live all over Facebook, YouTube, and yung Facebook ni MMA Davao. So, this is Coach Franco Rulloda. Again, we are live via Facebook, Coach Franco Rulloda. We are live as well on YouTube, Coach Franco Rulloda, and MMA Davao Facebook page. So, when you're over here, when you're joining us, please, okay, very, very simple. Make sure you follow the Facebook page and please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Medyo late lang tayo ng konti kasi nagka-tech problem kami. Pero we are good. We are good. Now, if you're over on Facebook, please send us your stars. For YouTube naman, we have super chat, super thanks. Hey, what's up, Earl? Medyo nagka-problema. I mean, I was finally able to figure out. I had a problem with the Facebook stars. Parang nakaset siya ng masyadong mataas. So I was able to figure it out na ayos ko na siya. So maraming salamat po sa mga nag-point out. Tapos ako rin naman nung chineko, sabi ko, nga no, ba't ganito to? So sabi ko, okay. Yes, Mamoy. Medyo na-late lang ako ng konti. Okay, na-late lang kami ng konti, pero syempre, hindi naman pwedeng wala. Naisip ko nga parang nakakatuwa, medyo maganda yung momentum natin. Tuloy-tuloy tayo every Monday. Every Monday din naman may ganap. Glenn Cantibuhan, all on YouTube. Good evening sa inyo. What's up, Earl? Medyo nagsisettle down muna ako kasi sabi ko, Diyos ko, 10:30 na, hindi pa. Technology talaga. So, admin work muna tayo while waiting for Tito JC. Please. Ayun na. Anong nangyayari? Ayun na nga sinasabi ko. Yun ang sinasabi ko kanina. Nawala ako! Nakakatakot! Ayan. Huge shout out, Professor Dwayne Cagasan of DefTac Cebu Vagabond MMA. Very good showing doon sa DD Nightclub version ng URCC. Ako rin. Kasi, hey, what's up? What's up, Alejandro? Let's talk MMA PH. Tama ba? I hope I didn't mess that up. Tama, di ba? YouTube channel, Let's Talk MMA PH. Okay. Ito nga, nagsusorry nga ako. Kasi nga, nag-inaayos ko yung tech na. Sabi ko, Diyos ko, medyo late na nga ako. Ayusin ko pa tong. Tapos everybody watching us on Facebook, send us your Facebook stars. Medyo ayun, Talk MMA PH pala, yung kay Alejandro. Naayos ko na yung settings ng Facebook stars kasi sabi ko, teka, ba't parang wala nagpapadala ng stars sa pagtingin ko? Ay, kaya naman pala. I mean, that was just, I had to fix that. I had to study and figure it out. Okay? Kasi nga, lagi kami na principal's office. So, figured it out. Naayos na natin. So, I think it's set at minimum 200 stars ata. Diyos ko, mura lang pala yung stars na yan. Bigyan nyo ng stars yung show. Yung dami-dami yung nakupulot na chismis sa amin. Magpadala kayo ng stars. Mawawalang iya kayo. If you're over YouTube, send us your super chats, your super chats, super stickers, super thanks, and make sure you join us. Okay, join us. So for the subscription or for the monthly subscription, we'll send out some exclusive content para dun sa mga subscribers, mga medyo mga atin lang talaga. Okay? Now, everybody, please help me out. Please share this live discussion. Admin work muna tayo. Give me a few minutes. I'll go into the comment section as well para may kakwentuhan ako kahit papano. And then we will what do you call this? We will start the show. Meron tayong guest, taga-abang na yung guest natin, pero yun nga, admin work muna tayo. Everybody, please help me out here. Let's share the live discussion. Parang pangit kasi pag sabi ko live show eh. So pagka live discussion, please share it on your pages. Yan, magano muna tayo. Yan. Kasi yung ibang tao, tsaka dami nangyayari ngayon na both good and bad. We'll discuss as well yung mga unfortunate stuff na parang, puta naman, wag nyo naman gagawin yun. Sa akin lang hindi siya tama. Medyo may public post naman about it. So I think we can discuss that. Pero it's a symptom of a bigger thing, of a bigger what do you call this? It's a symptom of a bigger problem na nangyayari. Paminsan-minsan lang kasi nangyayari kaya it's easy for us to brush it off. Pero dahil nangyayari nga siya, maraming nadadala. Yun yung problema. Ako ayoko sa lahat yung maraming nadadala kasi this is a very send link sa public post. Mamay punta ka doon sa, 'di ba, sa Coach Franco, may share button, share it. What's up, Coach Dave? Coach Dave of what do you call this? Deftak Makati, Deftak Bel Air. Just waiting for Tito JC kung makakasama siya. Yan, nag-admin work muna tayo. Ayan, maraming salamat, Michael Dulnuan. Hey, Bernard, thank you so much. Okay, thank you for being a member of the YouTube channel. Maraming salamat sa iyo. And Bernard's been a very consistent viewer, tsaka member ng ating community. Yan, si Tito Pocholo, habang nagwo-workout, lakas talaga. Si Tito Pocholo talaga. Diba? Any new fights for Pinoys? Yes, there are new fights for Pinoys. Pag yung atin na talaga puro explain. Oo, yun talaga. Pag sinabi ko atin lang, yung tier niya talaga. Yung tipong titignan ko talaga kung sino lang yung pwedeng isama doon. Kasi alam mo, nasa mundo tayo ng screenshot, screen record. Alam mo yun, parang kailangan, alam mo yun, para lang masaya yung discussion, para lang masaya yung chismisan. Magano tayo, di ba? Gawa tayo ng ganun. Pero dapat may tiwala. Alam mo, marami nasisira sa ganyan eh. Kasi at the end of the day, we're just talking shit here. Okay? We're just shit talking. We're having fun. We're having healthy discussions. Di ba? Nag-uusap tayo. I mean, we can all talk about martial arts and combat sports on a small scale, na large scale. Pero maganda may konting hint ng chismis kasi 'di ba kahit papaano malay natin yung alam ko pala alam mo, 'di ba, yung o kaya may alam ka na hindi ko alam, 'di ba? So na natin na nagshi-sharing lang tayo, pero ang pinaka-importante kasi sa kahit na anong chismisan at discussion is ano ba yung pwede nating matutunan doon, 'di ba? Salamat sa mga nagshi-share, maraming salamat. Ayan, titignan pa natin kung ano pa yung dito. Saan pa ba tayo pwede mag-share? Hindi naman tayo gawing spammer. Yung ba nag-share talaga, maraming salamat na nag-appreciate ko yung mga ginagawa niyo na gano'n. Kasi para rin naman sa atin to. What else? And of course, joining me is my fellow Tito sa fighting.
Yes. Finally, naayos ko din. Yes.
Ano talaga, ang ganda talaga nung pansinin niyo yung magandang setup, JC. Yan yung mga kailangan yung ako nagpapaturo kay JC pagdating sa mga tech stuff.
May niluluto kami
mag-share na rin ako, JC.
Sige. Okay na. Pagka nagkaroon kami ng episode na face-to-face, lalo pa mas maganda pa yung magiging namin, setup namin.
Shoutout sa members ng Warehouse MMA. Is this the old? Di ba matagal ko na tong Warehouse MMA na to Is this still the same Warehouse MMA na brand or may brand yan dati? Alam ko may gym pa yan eh. So ano yan? Diba? Tapos, the best transmission techniques. Oo. Saka we're working on something special. The Titos of Fighting are working on something special. Baka mag-on-site kami na
Very special.
very special on-site na we're having talks with several establishments. Meron nang gusto na mag-show kami doon. Okay, as in magdadali namin yung gamit namin. We'll do a live face-to-face discussion there. So we'll definitely do that. We're in the works for that. Pero yun nga lang, 'di ba? Sila lang yung pwedeng i-shoutout for the entire episode, okay? So, syempre,
mahirapan kami na mag-shoutout.
Tito Alain Lim. Local brand. Oh, yeah. Local brand. Warehouse MMA. Alam ko yan. Nagsibenta na. If I remember correctly, like no-gi stuff, apparel. Parang alam ko, nagsisale pa yan dati. Nakikita ko yan dati. Tito merch na. Parang feeling ko wala pa kami sa level na mag-merch. Pag marami na tayo.
Pero kung merong brands dyan na gusto makipag-collab sa amin for merch, pwede rin. I mean, kung ano man makukuha namin from the merch, babalik din naman namin sa community. So, why not? Diba?
Lagi naman ganon. Of course, Coach Ed Almeida of DevTech Makati. Huge shoutout kay single po pala to si Ed Almeida. Bagong single. So yung mga
si Prof.
Sirain yung buhay niya. Sige. Nakita niyo si Ed Almeida.
Si Prof. Dwayne, kanina pa nag-aabang.
Si Prof. Dwayne nga. Kaya nga sabi ko, yan eh. Okay, everybody. Tapos na yung please share. We are live on Facebook and on YouTube, Coach Franco Rulloda on Facebook.
Yes.
We are live on Coach Franco Rulloda YouTube. Tapos, we're also live sa Facebook page ni MMA Davao. Everybody, send us some stars. Send us some love. Okay, send your support sa channel sa Facebook. Send us
please
some stars.
Do.
Naayos ko. Kaya pa nagtataka, ba't parang walang stars yung previous episode? Anak ng wete, mali yung settings. Para nakaset siya masyado mataas. Sabi ko, mali. Gotta figure it out. I had to fix it. So, ayan. So, ngayon, nakaset lang siya parang 200. Mga walang iya kayo, okay? Mag-send kayo ng stars. Mura lang pala yun. Sentimo lang pala yan.
20 pesos lang yun.
Okay. Huge shout out to DevTech Makati and DevTech Bel Air. Easy lang! Coach Gab! Ito si Coach Gab.
Apparently kasi hindi pa rin tumitigil eh. Sabi niya titigil. Kasi naman si Gab, sabi niya titigil na siya, ceasefire na dapat. Kaya lang yung kabila hindi pa rin daw tumitigil eh. I don't know kung anong meron. I mean, shoot down nila yung skills ni. Ngayon naman, ang tinitira nila si Allen, parang hindi naman daw magaling si Allen. He won all because of his coach. Yun na daw yun. Nothing more, nothing less. Grabe nga eh.
Parang it's very unfair kay Allen Wico. Diba? It's very unfair to him and yung efforts na ginawa niya, diba? Basta it's not good. It's not a good
huge disrespect nga yung dating eh. So parang initially si Allen and this team were considering na bigyan ng rematch si Rugby Boy, and ngayon nga mukhang hindi na daw because of those statements.
Kasi if this is to stir up more conversations para mag-ingay, para mag-hype, magkaroon ng rematch, diba? Sayang naman, pero
parang
magigets ko yun. Hindi ko rin alam kung ano strategy balak nilang gawin doon. Pero alam mo yun, parang tayo dyan eh. Parang medyo maling
diba?
Maling diskarte. Diba?
Tsaka yung dating, para bang sige, sinoot down mo yung skills ng kalaban mo na tumalo sa'yo. So, hindi na nga siya magaling, tinalo ka pa niya. Ang tawag doon. Diba? Parang, labo eh.
May something na baka meron siyang gustong ipahiwatig na hindi lang na ipahiwatig ng tama. Alam mo yun? Di natin alam. Pero yung sablay yun eh. May sablay yun. Okay? We won the belt champion for the first K1 event to our promotion here in Dubai. Kay Clay Dyke Lusada won the belt. Hey, congratulations.
Wow.
That is huge, ha?
Congratulations.
Okay. please, okay, we need, hanapin ko yung post ni John Baltazar. For the first K1 event sa promotion sa Dubai, okay, Clay Dyke Lusadan won the belt. Okay, so congratulations
Solid.
to Clay Dyke Lusadan for winning the belt. Ay, teka, ano sabi ni Rolando? Binalait nila mami ko ngayon. Sabi nila palaboy daw. May restaurant yun sa Spain.
Off yan.
Dalawa. Mga hampas upang walang alam. Nako! Ito na ba sinasabi ko eh.
Di ba? Parang...
Pag nag-below the belt, basta may magsimula. Magsimula ng below the belt na tirahan, wala na. Sunod-sunod na talaga yan. Sunod-sunod na yan.
Di ba?
Now it's a matter of backing shit up, okay? It's a matter of backing shit up. And
I mean,
anong dapat
diba sa onset,
dito, diba?
Sa onset, they were not able to back their shit up already. Kasi nga sabi nila, sasaglitin lang si Allen. Pero that did not happen. It was a very, very bad beating coming from Allen kay Rugby Boy. So, I don't know. And ngayon naman, gumagawa na naman ng gulo.
It's very weird.
I don't understand that.
And Selectable has a really good point. That's a huge slap in Wikoko's face. That is true. You mean all those efforts and hard training have nothing to do with beating rugby boy. Diba? It's if you're trying to get a rematch, if you're trying to get a rematch, this is like a bad way of doing it. Pero malay natin. So, malay mo, sobrang mapikon si Allen, sobrang mapikon sobrang mapikon sila Gabdi, 'di ba? 'Di ba? Hindi sobrang pikon na lang, patulan na lang ulit tapos mas malupit na upakan yung mangyari, 'di ba? Tapos
kasi nagulat din ako.
Sige, go.
Actually, nagulat din ako na for the first time in a long while nitong exchange of words between Allen's team and yung team nga ni Rugby Boy. First time nagsalita si Allen about the whole thing.
Yung nangyari sa kanila.
Yung nangyari nga sa kanya na shoot down nga nitong side ni Rugby Boy yung credentials niya and everything. Sabi ko, para magsalita ng ganito si Allen about the thing, na-offend siya talaga. Kasi he does not, hindi naman talaga siya nagsasalita about this whole thing this whole ordeal Ito si Kerwin, hello mga kabakal.
Si Kerwin. Oy, maling channel. Okay, maling channel. Wrong channel. Pag yun si Batang Mindanao punta si RCC, masususpend talaga license ko. Ay, hindi. Ito pinakamaganda dyan. Let's all talk trash here. Allow the trash talk to happen. Mag-trash talk tayo. Tapos, pag lumaki yung hype, lumaki yung attention, gawa ng laban sa URCC, tapos bawian uli doon. Para at least nakabawi kayo.
I mean,
at the same time, kumita pa kayo pareho. Diba? Yan yung maganda dyan. Thank John Baltazar, thank you for that amazing news. Sobrang solid nun. Ang galing nun. Okay? Sabi kasi nila sa social media daw sila kaya walang alam si Coach D sa mga social media trash talk. Puro putak talaga. Di man lang. Alam mo, Rolando Gabriel D is doing it right. Okay? He actually is doing it right. Both from a trash talk perspective, a combat sports perspective, and a business perspective.
Saka, he has been doing that even before these guys appeared on social media. Yun ang ano doon karamihan naman tong mga sila Rugby Boy, kailan lang ba talaga, sa totoo lang, itong Batang Mindanao na to, kailan ba sila nag-appear on social media doing all this shit, diba? Pandemic lang there's some of those pandemic vloggers kung tutuusin, diba?
Actually, oo nga.
Diba?
Sabi JC, mga
pandemic vloggers sa mga yan. I mean, majority ng mga combat sports vloggers ngayon. Combat sports, sige, content creators, sabihin na natin content creators, only started their shit nung pandemic tayo. We started this 2017, 2016, way back. Way before they did.
It's very unprofessional for Rugby Boy to underestimate. Feeling ko meron siyang gusto sabihin, nagkamali lang siguro ng wording. Bigyan natin ng benefit of the doubt si Rugby Boy. Feeling ko talaga, based dun sa moment feeling ko talaga meron siyang gusto pang sabihing iba na word lang ng ganun eh.
Oo.
Minsan communication problem yan eh.
I mean,
Ayan, Densyo,
sabi
Uno
naman
de
nila,
Abril, pwede kang gumawa ng 1 million reasons sa pagkatalo, pero yung gumawa ka ng rason na di ka naghanda ng maayos, actually, oo,
sobrang bullshit
counterproductive
yung
yun
dahilan
eh.
na yan eh. Sobrang bullshit
yun
ng dahilan na yan.
Medyo pinakita, on that part, ang bobo nun. Okay.
Oo.
Hindi ko pa napapanood yung video, pero para sa akin, medyo ang bobo nun. Okay. Okay, everybody, we're live on Facebook and on YouTube. If you're on Facebook, make sure you follow the page, Coach Franco Rulloda. Send us some stars. Maayos na po yung setting ng stars. Diyos ko, kahit ako na-shock ako nung maling settings. Ngayon, medyo maayos na. Okay, my bad. Okay, then YouTube. We're on YouTube. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel and then send us your super chats, your super thanks, your super likes, whatever super is there. And then please join us, okay? Join the monthly subscription. I'll do my best to put more attention. Pag dumami na tayo sa subscription, yung mid-tier natin na ano, I'll make exclusive content for that. Pwede tayo
feed pics daw.
Parang gagawa tayo ng sarili nating gagawa tayo ng sarili nating hindi naman
exclusive
live,
chismisan.
Exclusive chismisan, okay? As for Batang Mindanao, you don't want to smoke from those guys. Trust me.
Exactly.
Smoke. Sabi ko nga sa'yo, mali channel, Kerwin Tan. Kaibigan natin si Kabak. Kaibigan natin si Kabax. May ano yan, may ibang nasa URCC siya ngayon. Ralph Ramos, Roll PH. Sakto nandito ka. I'm gonna read your post. I'm gonna read your post because it's very important. Okay?
Yep.
Very, very important. Ito, Tito Pocholo, Bobo lang talaga. Grabe naman si Tito Pocholo. Ba't naman ganyan yung pagkaka-type mo? Sinasadya mo yan eh. Diba? Anak ni George Lusadan, yung nanalo prof. Team Lakay based in Dubai.
Wow.
Very good. Congratulations talaga. That's a really good.
Kickboxing is one of Team Lakay's strengths. Kaya very good yan na tag dito na win for the guy, for him.
Okay, so let's head on over sa post ni Roll PH.
Yes.
Okay?
Yep.
I'll read it verbatim para rin sa ano. So sabi niya, so according to Roll PH, okay, beware. Beware. Meron kaming tinulungang MMA fighter ni brother coach Elorde Sandigon of KSK Makati Gym na nasunugan daw sa batasan QC at nasa ospital ang anak. Na di naman talaga kilala personally pero sobrang dami naming mutual friends. Pero na-scam lang kami. Nakakalungkot. Legit account naman, hindi dummy account. Pero after namin magpadala ng GCash at wala man lang salamat after. Wala man lang thank you message.
Grabe.
Ano to? Di ba? Saka namin na-realize na mukhang naloko lang kami. Upon verifying with some mutual friends na kilala siya personally, wala naman silang nabalitaang ganon mga nangyari. Last week pa to, guess what? Nanghihingi uli ng tulong as of today. Nag-send pa ng hospital bill na halatang peke. Ang sarap sana i-post ng lahat ng screenshots ng mga conversations namin at ng mismong profile. But for now, I choose not to. May this serve as a warning na lang to all my friends in the combat sports community. I really feel sad na may ganitong incident. Mag-ingat na lang tayo sa mga tutulungan natin. Para sa akin, Ralph, it's best to send screen to post it. Kasi kung hindi lang ikaw ang minessage niya, sigurado may minessage niya ng ibang tao.
Ayan, sa comment, si Gab, minessage din pala daw siya niyan.
Diba?
Grabe, di ba?
Ang problema kasi nito, may mga taong ganito, unfortunately, from within the community, na ginagamit yung kabaitan or yung bayanihan aspect ng combat sports community kasi we're a very niche community. So pag sinabi mo, maliit lang tayo. So dahil meron tayong commonality, ang dali sa ating tumulong sa kapwa natin. Same industry, same community, tutulong tayo. Pero yung mga ganyan naman, huwag niyo naman gawin yan kasi paano pag meron talaga nangailangan? Mag-aalangan ngayon.
Exactly, parang...
Diba? Gaguhan yan eh. Huwag ganun. Diba? Diba? Ang sama eh.
Sobrang off nung no, diskarte. I mean, sige, kung kailangan mo talaga ng pera, sabi mo diretso. I mean, na-confirm ko actually kung sino to. Apparently, kilala ko yung tao na binabanggit ni Ralph. I've met the person personally a few years back. And actually, sa akin din nagsasabi. Pero hindi ko pinapansin kasi duda na ako eh. Kasi imagine, I have not talked to the person in like 3 years, tapos biglang sobrang random nanghihingi ng tulong ng ganyan. I understand kung urgent talaga, pero lalo na ganyan na ang dami palang may message na.
Oo, pero
Tapos natulungan na and still, grabe, di ba?
Di ba? Di ba lahat tayo nangangailangan ng pera. Lahat tayo nagsusumikap gumawa ng pera. So yung pinagtrabahuhan natin ng pera, di naman natin yung pinulot sa kung saan, di ba? So, pinulong sa iyo, tapos tamang gagago ka ng gano'n. Hindi tama yon. Si Ren Gregorio nag-PM sa akin about sunog. Di niya alam, madamot misis ko. Ren Gregorio? Sino to? Di ko kilala to eh. Buti na di ako minessage nito. Ang problema lang, may mga ganyan na hospital bills, sunog, ninakawan, ang sama nun eh, ang pangit nun, wag ganun. Kasi pag meron talaga nangailangan, mag-aalangan yung mga taong tumulong dahil sa mga taong ganyan na scammer. Ang pangit nun. Ang sama nun. Sino to? Si Rosh Mamuri. Mas marami pa nag-message na humingi ng tulong, nagsisend pa ng picture na sa hospital at nasunog. Di ba? Lalo na yung mga yung iba lalo halatang Photoshop o kaya ng picture sa hospital pero picture ng ibang tao. Parang, teka, parang nakita ko ito. Diba? Pwede nang ma-check yung mga ganun. Huwag kayong gagawa na
Install nyo yung Google Lens sa phone nyo. Mare-reverse image search yung mga photos sa pinagsisend sa inyo.
Image search yan. Diba? So, yung mga ganyang bagay, huwag nyong gagawin. Diba? Pahinga mo pero pabili ng VHTS na game. Oy, gusto ko rin ng game. Kaya nga po tayo humingi ng stars tsaka super chats para pabili ng game. Pero muna, pambayad muna ng kuryente, pambayad muna ng internet. Kailangan pambayad ng internet para makapag-live kami para sa inyo. Okay, so okay. Grabe naman to si Tito Pocholo. Si Tito Pocholo talaga, nanlalaglag na naman. Huwag gano'n.
Baka isipin, tinotolerate namin.
Oo, di ba? Huwag gano'n.
Hindi, okay yan Okay yan sa
syempre. Okay sa atin yan. Oo, wala tayo.
Pag na-meet mo ng personal yan, okay yan.
Di ba? Hindi tayo judgy. Inclusive tayo.
Oo.
Diba?
Pero sino si Kadarna?
Sino si Kadarna? May Kadarna?
Oo. Sabi lang, si Kadarna daw yung gustong itapat kay Kabakal eh. Sino yun?
Diba? Hey, what's up, Jade?
What's up, Jade?
Fightcore MMA, huge shout out. Fightcore MMA over there in Baguio. Sana okay na yung weather sa inyo. Okay?
Oo. Marwin de Tomas, what's up?
While we're waiting for our guests, binigyan na natin ng kanyang access sa ating show. Mayweather Gotti. Puta, nakakatawa to sobrang nakakatawa to It's in Mayweather is like close to 50. Still close with Gotti. Diba? Still
grabe, no? I mean,
nagta-trash talk habang inuupakan si Gotti. Then 8 rounds on the 6th round it was stopped by the referee. Sa tingin mo, JC, good stoppage ba yon? Okay ba?
Actually, yung stoppage ng referee was because pinagsasabihan na nila na if they don't stop the trash talking, kasi nagkaka-personal, I mean, it's an exhibition, pero nagkaka-personalan na kasi. And napipi ko na sobra tong si John Gotti. And pinapatigil na ni ref. Sabi niya, kung hindi nyo ititigil yung pag-pop yung trash talking nyo, dahil nagkakapikunan na ititigil ko tong laban. That's actually what happened. So,
that's what happened. Okay.
Yes. Okay. So, kung tinigil lang ref because of that, kasi lalong magkakagulo. Actually, after that nga, di ba, kinulit pa ng kinulit.
Nakakatawa rin yung referee. Nung nagsuntukan, lumayo rin siya.
Alam niyo ba, ihipid din siya eh.
Hinabol ni Gotti, di ba? Paghabol ni Gotti,
sobrang
si Mayweather, kalmado. Alam mo talaga, this guy ain't gonna hit me.
Kasi kahit totohanin, wala pa rin eh.
Diba? I mean, panalo talaga.
Oo.
Can we just, di ba, ang galing pa rin talaga ni Floyd Mayweather. Wala akong masabi.
Oo.
Ang
Oo.
galing ni Floyd Mayweather talaga. Iba talaga. Okay?
Lalo na yung gesture na ginawa niya for that fight. Marami kasing nagtatanong why he was wearing those shorts and yung kanyang robe.
Oo, yung
That
Philippine
had
flag.
Philippine inspired yung suot niya. Yung robe was mainly nakalagay yung pangalan ng kanyang assistant na Pinay na si Kitchi who
Kichi,
died a few months ago. And then apart from that kasi nga I guess he's aware na I'm not sure about the other side pero I think he's also aware na Independence Day nga ngayon sa Pilipinas and
sinakto niya.
sinakto niya. And then, ito naman kasing si Mayweather, sa Mayweather Foundation, he has a lot of scholars dun sa foundation niya. And a number of which are Filipino students na pinapaaral niya. And he has businesses in the Philippines. So, why not? I mean, okay naman
And that's a very
mag-tribute ng
good
ganon.
gesture. Nakakatuwa yun for a Floyd Mayweather to wear the Philippine flag.
Yeah.
Maganda rin, iba rin talaga marketing genius din talaga tong si
minsan meron siyang minsan meron siyang snapbacks na Filipino inspired. Meron din ngayon nga yung
galing.
actual na na shorts. Actually gusto ko yung shorts niya, ganda ng dating.
Everybody, okay? Here is our guest for tonight. Okay, very busy fighter. And he's gonna fight. I don't understand what's with this guy. He's gonna fight consecutively. Parang after 2 weeks or after a week, lalaban ulit ng taong to. Okay, let's get to know him better. Everybody, Mariano Jones.
What's up, man?
What's up, Mariano Jones? What's up, MJ?
What's up? Finally.
Ayan.
Good, guys. Thank you for having me on the show, man.
Galawin, please.
Yeah, of course.
People are still bitching over the rugby boy statement. Pero ikaw, Mariano, sakto, Mariano's gonna help us with the show. Okay? Mariano's gonna help us with the show. Let's do a quick recap of the latest UFC, the two main events. It's just two notable fights. So it's, it was held over in Canada. Tapos Amanda Nunes, and then yung isa was, ba't nawawala yung pangalan ko? Ba't na, sino nga ba yun? Main event was Oliveira versus Benil Dariush. Okay? So, Mariano, your thoughts about the Oliveira versus Dariush fight? Did you expect it to end at the very first round, or was it just, how did you find that fight?
No, I actually had Benil winning that fight. I thought it was going to be a competitive fight, especially because Benil has very good takedown defense, good striking. He's very good everywhere. So actually, props to Charles because he made it look damn easy. He put that guy out. So yeah, props to Charles. That was an impressive win for sure.
And then end of an era, Amanda Nunes. Diba? Your thoughts on winning the fight and then retiring, diba? Was it a good age for Amanda? Was it a good retiring time was it a good time for Amanda to retire at this stage of in her career?
I believe so, actually, because she's on top right now. She has the 2 belts. She's been defending for a long time, and she won the fight, fairly easily. So yeah, I think it's the best time to retire on top, just like Khabib did, and you retire on top, undefeated, and she took very few losses, so her legacy's really high up there right now. So I think she's the best female fighter there ever was. So yeah, congrats to her as well. That's something you can say.
And to be fair with Amanda Nunes, I don't think she has any other fighters that she can fight, right? I mean, she's pretty much swept her divisions.
Yeah, she killed everyone.
Yeah.
135. There's no one else to fight, so yeah. Go into your life, man. Go into your life, and
She swept the 135 and 145 division, so I don't think there's anyone left there. I mean, Juliana Pena was talking smack about her retiring, but I mean.
Oh yeah, Juliana Pena.
Right, I mean.
Wasn't really happy about it. She wasn't really happy about it.
Just like McGregor when Khabib retired.
Okay, so while MJ is here,
Yep.
Okay, a lot of people are like Mariano fans here. Is everyone
Yeah.
saying smash? Okay, smash it on Mariano Johnson.
Hey,
Okay,
Yeah.
so
you coming, bro?
okay
You
for
coming?
this one. Okay, I so from here, where did this entire MMA career start for you? I mean,
Yeah.
you suddenly bursted in the scene. So what's the story behind your fight journey? I mean, obvious
I
reasons, you
mean,
have a really good you have a good wrestling background. Where did it start for you? What was the time that clicked for you? Wherein, okay, let me decide to give this fighting thing I mean,
yeah.
let me give this MMA career a try, then see where it will take me.
Yeah. I mean, I was fighting kids older than me, bigger than me when I was in like lower school. So fighting was always part of my life. But it wasn't until like maybe when I was like 17 or 18 when I started training because my parents didn't want me to train. So they did everything in their power to do like not let me go to MMA gyms. So like for example, they would put me into like football and basketball, play other sports. But as soon as I turned 18, and I could work and stuff, I started, paying for the gym myself and then, going to the gym like every day. And I remember like after 6 months or so, maybe like 4 or 5 months, I was begging my coach to put me in fights and he was like, no, you're not ready. And then I was like, fuck it, I want to go. And then I was already fighting after 6 months of training against like national champions and stuff like that and in the amateur level, right? So I was learning a lot and things of that nature. This was in Taiwan, and then I moved to different, moved around to different countries and stuff, and then learned a bunch of stuff from everyone. I've wrestled with Russians, kickboxed with Dutch people, even wrestled with D1 American wrestlers. So I've seen pretty much like everything there is to see in terms of like different styles and things like that. And so now coming to the Philippines, I'm able to bring a different approach to everything. A lot of fighters haven't been out of the country, so you know, um, it's kind of hard to explain to them how the other places train and this and that. But I'm gonna make sure that a lot of Filipino fighters, I see a lot of potential here. I see a lot of potential. They have heart. They have good technique, good striking, good fundamentals. So I definitely do see more champions coming out of here in the next like.
Mhm. And
And then
just to
what made you
backtrack. Okay.
decide to
Mhm.
yeah, so yeah, after this, let's go with JC.
Okay.
Like, what made you decide to choose the Philippines as like a base camp for your and
Yeah.
for I mean to launch your MMA career? So prior to the Philippines, where were you previously based?
In the U.S. And well, the reason why I chose the
In the
Philippines
US.
wasn't
So
really,
from US, Philippines.
yeah, yeah. I mean, the reason why I chose the Philippines is like it was kind of like um, a really unexpected thing because I have 3 dogs that I adopted here in the Philippines that I was
Mm,
supposed to come and get, and then I was supposed to leave. But
Mhm.
mm,
a bunch of things happened, and let's just say like I decided to stay, and then I started to realize how big the MMA scene here was. I started training at some gyms, and then I learned about URCC. I learned about a bunch of other things, and I was like, wow, I think this place is actually really good for MMA, and I can actually
Mhm.
do something here while I'm living here because I at the time I didn't want to stay here long term, but now I do.
Mhm.
mm-hmm.
So that's how it all kind of just it came together. And then
Mhm.
I started going to different gyms. People started telling me like, oh, like are you fighting pro or this or that? Because I was already training with pro level guys and stuff. I was still amateur. That's
Mhm.
what made me think like I think I should give this a try at the pro level. Because I've already been training for like 6 7 years just for
Mm,
fun. And then now I was training with I train with guys like Adahar and things and Jerry and Mark Striegel, even though we're
Mhm.
not friends anymore. So but I was training with those kind of guys and stuff, and then I was
Naku,
like I think
chismis
I'm
yan.
ready.
Tatanungin ko yan mamaya. JC,
Yeah, just to backtrack a little bit there, because I something caught my attention there. You mentioned that your parents did not allow you to train in martial arts, even though you were, being bullied by other kids. That's interesting. I mean, as a parent, you're supposed to allow your kid to, learn how to fight back. What was the story behind that?
Well, the thing is like I wasn't like beating up kids for no reason. I wasn't like
Mm,
beating up people for no reason. 'Cause I used to go to a school where there used to be a lot of kids with disabilities, and
yeah,
some kids would be like picking on there was like kids in wheelchairs and stuff, and then some kids would be like,
yeah.
oh, like, your legs don't work, you're disgusting, like just go die, and then I would hear that kind of shit while I'm walking, and then I would
Hmm.
start fighting with the guy that was insulting him or her. So
Yeah.
I would do fights like every day, literally every day. I'd be fighting people, and I remember I got expelled from like 3, 4 different schools because I beat the fuck out of like 5 or 6 different kids, and I sent them to the hospital, man.
Damn.
And yeah, their parents were furious at me, like, "Oh, you beat up my kid. What the fuck is wrong with you?" And then
Hmm.
my parents didn't want to put me in MMA and stuff because they were like, "Yo, you imagine right now you're not even training. Imagine what happens when you
Hmm.
train. You might kill someone."
Hmm.
So I've always had that I don't know that in me, that fighting spirit in me. So now
Hmm.
I just unleash that in the cage, and then the next guy I'm gonna unleash that on is on Baduria, on July 4th. Yeah,
Oh, okay, speaking about that fight, is it the Baduria fight first or the Korea fight? So you go
Baduria's
Korea first, Baduria's
Hmm.
first.
Kaloy Baduria's first, and after I retire him from MMA, then I'm gonna go to Korea and retire that guy from MMA as well. So we
So
got
Hmm.
two
what's the gap? 2 weeks?
A
4 days.
few days, right? Oh,
Four
dang.
days? Fucking crazy. These guys fucking crazy.
That's taking notes from the Will Chope handbook, man.
4 days notice.
Bro, I'm crazier.
Okay.
I just want to fight, bro. Like if you told me you can fight the next week after that, if I take no injuries and I'm good to go, I would fight the next week too. Like I want to fight, bro. That's what I train for, and I know these guys they can't handle the wrestling that I'm gonna bring, the pressure, and I've been
Uh-huh.
working my as well. So good luck to you guys. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Cardio's on a whole different level. 185 is my home for sure, and you guys are gonna see that on July 4th. But Doria has no chance. His only chance of me not beating his ass to retirement is if I get into a car accident while going to Xylo and I die. That's the only hope he has to beat me. That's it. Nothing else.
And speaking of obstacles, okay, sakto. Okay, MJ's really good friend is here. Okay, Tito Pocholo is here. So
You've been trash talking with the guy for a while now.
Yo, my man, listen, bro. You keep calling me gay and stuff, but you're the one keep saying my name every time you're on this show. You know what I'm saying? You're in Dubai, bro. I'm here in Manila. I'm waiting for you in your own home. When you come back here, I'll gladly beat your ass in URCC, bare knuckle, MMA, jiu-jitsu only, whatever, because I know you're scared. I know you don't have the balls to step in there like Arvin did. At least Arvin has balls. You don't. So why don't you come, take off your purple belt that you're so proud of, right? And let's fight like real men. And if not, leave my name out your mouth, bro, because I'm not here to play. I don't see you fighting Koreans and here in the Philippines or in Dubai, right? So let's keep it real, bro. Let's keep it real.
Diba? Yeah, at least we all know, okay, Tito Pocholo is here, Mariano is here. The trash talk will continue. I don't know. I mean,
Yes.
what's the story behind the blocking? Who blocked who? Me, I want to know. Who
I,
blocked
I,
who?
I
He
blocked him. I
blocked you,
blocked
you
him.
blocked him.
I
You
blocked him,
blocked
bro.
him.
Yeah.
You blocked him. Okay, at
Because
least now we know. Okay, it was MJ
he,
who blocked his
he
ass.
was spreading images of me. Let's just say images of things that I was doing, that he probably shouldn't get his hands on, showing other people like, oh, look at this guy, he's gay, he's this, he's that, bro. Like, bro, listen, whatever, it doesn't matter. I beat Arvin,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah.
Me liking trans or whatever, it doesn't matter because I beat Arvin fair and square, right? And I would beat your ass even worse because I can 100% guarantee you that Arvin is a way better fighter in MMA than you. You're just a jiu-jitsu guy who's all tough, who's all talk. Bro, you're not even tough, man. You guys don't even get hit in jiu-jitsu. So shut the fuck up, bro. Come to MMA and then you can talk, all right? But until that day comes, just mind your own business, man. That's it.
We will wait for that day.
Yeah, but
All right,
Yeah.
Mark San Juan, Index MMA. What's up, Mark San Juan?
Whoa,
Okay,
shout out.
talking to, I mean, you're fighting at 185, and
Yeah,
for
185.
obvious reasons, MJ, and even with the conversations that we've had previously, 185 is kind of like there's nothing much really at 185. So, are you
Yes.
staying at 185 or are you exploring 170?
Nah, 185, man. I'm
185.
taking anyone 185. Yo, bring me Russians from Dagestan. Bring me Koreans from the mountains or something. I want someone. And if Chris Hoffman's not gonna defend the belt at 185, vacate that belt. Have me and Will Chope fight for the belt, and we're gonna keep that belt active because at least me and Will Chope we fight often. We're not just chilling and holding belts. So if the URCC wants to see active champions, give me a call, bro. I'm right here. After I whoop Baduria, call Will Chope. Me and him want this fight. I'm not scared to take the fight with Will Chope. I'll be 4-0. I know he has like 50 plus pro fights. I'm still gonna win. I really do believe that. So give me a chance after I win these two fights. I don't know what else I need to do, to prove myself. I've already beat Arvin, Jester. I'm gonna beat Baduria, and I'm gonna beat the Korean. So, I don't know who else it is at 185, unless Huffman wants to come back to 185, but I'm not really sure.
Um, from the Baduria fight, and then let's assume that it will happen. Okay, the World Chop fight. There's not much at 185. So once
Yeah,
you clear out, I mean, the current roster of 185ers. So
yeah.
what's the next step after that? Because definitely
Um,
me, I have no idea why that fight with Baduria happened. Is going to happen. I mean, so it's probably for the fight fans, and 185 is a sweet spot
it's,
for Kaloy. He doesn't really want to cut anymore, or it's
yeah,
actually easier for him. It's a, I mean, in previous episodes of Combat Sports Week, I said Mariano's gonna have MJ's gonna have a field day with that fight. So I'm not really sure why they made that fight, but
yeah.
nevertheless, you cannot really. I mean, are you? I hope you're not underestimating Kaloy,
No,
because
no,
Kaloy, even though he's old, he still
no.
packs a punch. That's the main thing that's keeping him going
Yeah,
throughout his entire career. In as much as you are, what do you call this? You have an advantage in the wrestling and the grappling. I'll definitely give
100%.
Kaloy advantage for the striking. So how are you approaching this fight in terms of you want to train, but I mean, you have a
Yeah.
very high
Don't feel
chance of
bad.
winning, but you're still pushing yourself not to underestimate your opponent. So how do you approach training now, having or knowing your opponent is Kaloy?
Nothing's changed, man. I'm training the same way that I train for every other guy. Kaloi and the Korean, and if anything, I'm training a lot harder. To be honest with you, I'm doing a lot of cardio, a lot more actually. Um, and everything else is the same. Everything I haven't changed anything specific. Like I'm still training five days a week. 3 to 4 hours a day, and going hard as always, doing hard rounds, putting myself in danger in training. So nothing's changed. I'm not underestimating this guy, even though people keep saying that I'm gonna, beat his ass really easily. I'm, in my eyes, I'm fighting a champion. I'm fighting a killer. Same thing with the Korean. I'm not underestimating these guys whatsoever. But I do think the opponents that I fought before are much better. I think Jester and Arvin are way better fighters MMA wise than Kaloy, And then the Korean, the guy that I'm fighting in Korea he's undefeated. He's a national boxing champion and kickboxing champion and national wrestling champion. He's a jiu-jitsu brown belt. So, I'm not taking these guys lightly. I'm gonna bring a whole different level of cardio. And you might even see me knock out Kaloy. Who knows, man? I've been working these hands. I know what Kaloy brings to the table. So He only has one tool to beat me. I have, you know, 10 or 20 different tools that I can use, and you guys haven't seen what I can do in striking. But let me just say that you guys are gonna be impressed with what you see either here in Manila or in Korea.
All right, this is a question from YouTube. What has been the common misconception people have about Mariana Jones?
Um, that I have no striking. I think that's the biggest one, to be honest with you, MMA wise, But guys, it's not my fault that I haven't shown my striking because these guys can't stop the takedowns, and it's not my fault. If they can't stop the takedowns, Arvin trained really hard for the wrestling. He was training three days, I mean 3 times a day. 6 days a week, right? So there was no excuse, man. If you guys can't stop the takedowns, then I recommend you guys get a better wrestling coach, or go somewhere else where they can actually teach you how to. Obviously you can't sprawl in the cage, because I heard someone during the fight keep saying sprawl, sprawl, sprawl against the cage. Like, I
Mhm.
mean, you guys know anything about underhooks and things like that? I don't know, but yeah, get a better coach. That's all I can say.
JC.
Also, I mean, Coach Franco said, 180. There's really not much fighters in 185. I mean, if they are able to get some fighters to go to the
Yeah,
URCC for the 185 division, I'm not sure if it's going to be a lot, but bare knuckle, there might be better people to fight in there. Would you be open to fight in the bare knuckle boxing events, though?
later on for sure, but like right now,
Mm-hmm.
I'm really focused on MMA. Like,
Mm-hmm.
actually, I've said this many times over and over again. I want to be the
Yeah.
first fighter, even though I'm not from the Philippines. I want to be the first fighter training in the Philippines to bring back the UFC belt at
Mm-hmm.
185 to the Philippines. So that's my number one goal. Everything else, bare knuckle and all that shit. Like, I like watching
Uh,
it, but it's not my sport. And I respect the people that do bare knuckle because it's a different sport. I don't train in bare knuckle, so for me to go in there and think like, oh, I'm gonna do really well without even training, it's a disrespect. So I'm gonna stay in my own lane, and beat whoever I have to beat, and go and into the UFC, and beat whoever I have to beat there as well. That's my goal. So that's why I want Will Chope, and I want Chris Hoffman and all these guys, man. But they need to grow some, like they need to step up to the plate because I've been winning. I've been backing up what I said. So it's not my fault. There's no more people at 185, like you guys said. I don't have any more people to fight. So, worst case scenario, if I got to go down to 170 and whoop some ass in there as well again, then we can talk about it. But for now, let's do 185.
Yeah, because that's the main problem I'm seeing, or that's going to be the main dilemma for your career should you stay here in the Philippines. 185, it's a pretty tough division to be in. There won't be, I mean, in terms of training partners
Yeah.
and opponents, there are only a few 185 pounders here in the Philippines, not unless, yeah, you're doing it right. You're flying out to other countries. Korea is good. You'll probably find good
Yeah.
opposition in Japan as well. Korea, Japan,
Yeah.
Thailand, probably.
Yeah.
Um, I'm not sure if they're trying to revive the MMA scene in Malaysia, but that's probably another region you can go to.
Yeah.
Now,
There's a promotion also that's growing quite a bit in Egypt. It's called Kadia MMA, and they have a lot of people from the
yeah,
Middle East and Africa, and those guys usually they have a lot of 185ers there.
and
So
look at Tito Pocholo being very, very helpful. UAE Warriors. All right. So you can
yeah,
go
that's a good
Brave, you
one
can
too.
go UAE Warriors. So these are your options. And they're near the Philippines, so you can easily fly
yeah.
out there.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah, the great
next,
bro, the great thing, I'm friends with a lot of promoters these days. So before I was trying to beg people to let me fight in certain promotions, and I have to beg them. But now, like people are, promoters are coming to me, and thanks to Will Cho because he's the one that's been giving me a lot of advice on how to handle these things. But Nowadays, if you do your job right and you put on good performances, like the promoters are gonna come for you to ask you if you want to fight. Like the Korean fight, for example, I was approached with that fight, by the guy that makes the belts in URCC, Lucas Park. So, thanks to
Yeah.
him, I'm there. So, for all the aspiring fighters out there, make sure don't burn any bridges, and always, you never know who's gonna give you a fight. So, keep your eyes open.
And that's something that we preach here on the show, right? It's something that, so it's good that MJ is telling his story, because this is something that we want people to hear. A lot of people are asking for fights, they want to be a fighter, they want to
Mm.
do this and that. However, they're not putting in the work. If you
Yes.
listen closely to what MJ has been saying, he's been fighting everywhere, he's been training consistently for the past 6 7 years, okay? So he's going through the process, he's doing things
Mm-hmm.
right, and
Yep.
now it's paying dividends. So in terms of how people will watch, I mean, people will watch and listen to this, even the replay. So MJ, how could you describe to aspiring fighters the entire process of starting an MMA career, from the training to the mental aspect of it? Like, what was your process going through it? I mean, for sure it tested your patience. There were probably days where you were questioning if you did the right decision. So how were you able to deal with those things through the years?
Yeah, I mean, when I first started, I didn't even know what to train. I was like, I don't even know what to train, because there's like, jujitsu, wrestling, striking, boxing, Muay Thai, judo, like all these different martial arts. So like, and then everyone's telling you like one thing. You go to a striking coach, they're gonna tell you this. You go to a jiu-jitsu coach, they're gonna tell you this. So I'm like listening. So what I did, I just literally went to a lot of gyms, different gyms, different gyms, different gyms. Then eventually, as you learn more and more and more about how everything works, you start thinking for yourself. Like you start developing your own way of thinking in MMA, so you can, like I'm a top pressure guy. I like to ground and pound. I like to strike, set up my takedowns with striking, whatever. You start developing all these things, so then it gets a lot easier in terms of training and how to prepare for a fight. But I think the hardest thing in MMA was to like make connections, because I think a lot of fighters underestimate how important that is to get fights. Like you have to know people, you have to network with people, just like in business. You don't just walk into a tournament or walk into a promotion without you knowing someone there, without you getting introduced or getting referred. So I was always trying to like get fights, before, and I didn't really have like a network build up, so it was really hard because nobody would give a shit about you. They're just gonna like see your message and be like, "Who the fuck is this guy?" And then next. So just building that network, and staying consistent in training, so that when the call came to fight in URCC, I was cutting weight for another fight for my last
Mm.
amateur. Yeah, this is a true story, guys. Just so you know, when the URCC called, I was cutting weight at 5 in the morning, and my coach at the time, Rene Catalan, he messaged me saying, "Oh, you have to go to the URCC photo shoot while I'm cutting weight for another fight." And so I just put on my shirt and went to Parañaque, and then I was like halfway through the weight cut, and then I came back and cut some more weight, fought the fight, won, and then and then 3 weeks later, I'm fighting URCC. So yeah, this is a true story. So that's how I got, because if I would have said no, like I'm not ready, a lot of fighters, you guys make a lot of excuses, man. You guys don't even fight. If you guys would have been offered this fight like 3 weeks out, before your a fight, you guys are gonna say no, I'm not ready. Like, trust me, when they call, you need to be ready. If UFC calls, if URCC calls, and you guys are not ready, you guys haven't been putting in the work, because I was 100% sure that I'm ready to, go and put some work on whoever they gave me, and I didn't even know who Jester was. I didn't even know the opponent. They just said, show up on this day. You're going to fight at 185. This guy, yes or no? Do you want it or not? That's it. That's how it goes. So if you guys are not ready, you can only blame yourselves for not being in the gym every single day, not putting in the work. So that's, I think that's another thing fighters need to keep in mind, the call will never come when you want it to. It's gonna come when you least expected. And for me, it was when I was cutting weight for a different fight. So, that tells you something.
And that tells a lot. Okay, that doesn't tell you something. That tells a lot. Okay, it's the work ethic, it's the attitude, it's the approach to. I mean, if you want to make this a career, okay. Now let's go to the training aspect. I'm pretty sure JC has another question for you, but
Yeah.
this is something I've always wanted to ask. You're a big guy, okay? So you fight at 185 off season. You're really a wide person, okay? How do you train? Where do you find training partners? Because that's the
Yeah.
main problem for big guys. It's hard to find training partners who are at the same size, same level. I mean, if your training partners are smaller than you have to be a little bit cautious.
Of
You
course.
can't really use, you have to optimize your strength. Does it benefit you? Or are you always on the lookout for camps that can help you out in terms of providing the right type of training and the right training partners?
Yeah, it's hard to find guys like my size or a little bit heavier than me, but there are, but it's really hard. So we focus a lot on technique, a lot on cardio, and obviously when I spar, it depends. The guys like similar size to me, then I'll definitely put in more power. But if not, then I'm very careful to adjust the power, obviously. But yeah, we work a lot. I'm a firm believer in working a lot on technique. I've had my fair share of hard spars throughout the years, especially when I first started. Like I was in a very hardcore Muay Thai gym, and they used to lock everyone up in the cage who's fighting, and the coach would literally say, "If like knock each other out, basically." And it was kind of like survival of the fittest type of gym. So I've had a lot of hard spars with big guys, in my time in MMA. So I do feel like now at this stage, I don't really need to go like extremely hard because, I've been punched hard. I've been kicked, elbowed, knee in the face, everything. So I know what it feels like. And also, I've had a lot of fights by now. So, when you're starting out, I do feel like the hard sparring is necessary to get used to. But nowadays, I'm working a lot on technique, taking the least amount of damage because I'm like Will Chope, I want to fight as often as possible. So if me or him get injured in training because we want to, show off or whatever, prove who's the best guy, we're not gonna fight. We're gonna be injured at home, not getting paid. So that's my mentality these days. Focus on technique, and then in the fight, we go full out. So yeah, but yeah, I do have some big guys that I work with, like Alex Bigander, for example. It's one of
Yeah.
them. Shiro, a lot of amateur guys actually
Yeah,
on the
Shijiro's
yeah.
a
So
big guy.
and then obviously Jake Samwang is one of my coaches. So he's not a huge guy, but the guy moves really well. He's very technical. So I have a lot of good guys around me that I can learn a lot from.
Nako, Tito Pocholo, may nag-ahamon na sa'yo sa YouTube, Tito Pocholo. Palagbasakan yung Pocholo na yan, masyadong bida-bide. Bida-bida ka daw, Tito Pocholo. So,
What do you say?
no, this guy is mounting off on Tito Pocholo. This guy's mounting off on Pocholo, saying that he's just a
By the way, I noticed someone in the comments is he's a possible one other 185er. It's John Adahar. What do you think of possibly fighting him in the future?
Easy work. Yeah, listen, I like Adahar. I really do. Don't get me wrong. Like the guy is really cool guy, and I respect him a lot. But come on, Adahar. You're easy work, bro. Like, you want to fight me? I'm more than happy to retire you. So, but that's. I don't think he wants to fight, bro. To be honest with you, like, yeah, I don't think he wants to fight me or Will Chope because we're really hard fights. Just go, bro. Go fight in bare knuckle or go fight somebody else. But yeah, just avoid me and Will Chope. We're grapplers, and we are not going to make your life easy. So
Diba? Kita mo yan? MJ,
Yeah.
stating on Combat Sports Weekly Live that John Adahar will be an easy fight. Okay, so
Yeah.
I don't know what Johnny Boy has to say about that. So we'll
Yeah.
see what he will put in the comment section. But if that fight happens, I'm interested with that fight.
Yeah.
Given Johnny Boy trains properly. If it doesn't
Yeah.
train properly, it's going to be an early night.
Well, but
Okay.
this is the thing, man. This is the thing, man. You know, MMA, like training, right? Like this is a true story. Like training for me is a must because you know if I don't train, like I might actually like beat someone up in the street for real. Like I might actually do that. So I'm always in the gym training. Like you know, even if I don't have a fight, even if I'm not, you know, signed a contract for whatever, I'm always in the gym training. A lot of guys when they don't have fights, they don't train. They just I don't know what the hell they do. They do other things, I guess, but training is not one of them. And you know, I know for a fact a lot of the guys in the roster in URCC when they don't have a fight, they don't train. I do. Will Chope does. That's why you see the kind of performances from both of us that you do because we're always improving. We're always, you know, at the top of our game. But like I said, man, if whoever the URCC gives me, I never say no. You know, and just so you guys know, if URCC comes to me and says, "Do you want to fight Will Chope?" I'm 100% ready to go. 100%. I'm not avoiding him whatsoever. In fact, after I beat Baduria, that's the fight that I want. I don't want anyone else but Will Chope because you know what? Like everyone else is easy work compared to Will. So I want to be a legitimate fighter. I want people to put some respect on my name. And there hasn't been any fighter in MMA history when they're 5-0 to beat a guy who's 41-19. So I want to be the first one to do that, make history.
Selector versus MJ. Oh yeah, it's very hungry,
Definitely true.
motivated,
Yep.
and in fairness to MJ, he's doing it right. Okay,
Yes.
he's doing it right.
Yes. What you've been saying is exactly what guys like GSP have been doing for a long time. I mean, remember when GSP did his comeback? It didn't look like he actually left. I mean, he mentioned that even if he stopped fighting, he was just continuing to train every day.
Yeah.
Continue every day training to be ready. And well, that's a good one. That you're doing exactly that.
Yeah.
Although there's another name that people have been putting in the comments, and that's Chris Hoffman. But I'm not sure if Chris Hoffman is still gonna fight locally. I'm sure he's gonna chase his international fighting dreams now. But and if that happens. It's either John Adahar or Will Chope, or they're gonna find someone else to fight against you in 185.
I just want someone, you know, someone who's gonna elevate me to a different level, and I think the only guy. Honestly, if I beat Adahar, that's easy work. I beat Will Chope. Nobody can say that I beat a bum. You know, nobody can say that I beat a nobody. You know, everybody knows Will Chope. Everybody knows him. You know, so that's who I want next. And you know what? Like, I'm tired of beating up Filipinos. You know, I'm really tired of that. I already beat up like 5 or 6. You know, I think Will Chope is the perfect matchup, man. Because you know, I want the crowd to support me for the first time. You know, so and I think they're gonna be with me because I train here. I'm gonna be representing the Philippines. So, but I think I have, you know, I've been watching Will very, very closely, and I know I have the perfect game plan to beat him. You know, I have the grappling skills, I have the jiu-jitsu, and I'm gonna have the striking for that fight as well. So I don't think he can take me down. I don't think he can do what he does to every single person out there, which is double leg, side, pass the guard to mount, and then the guys are gonna give up their back. That's not gonna happen to me, bro. I have a very high level jiu-jitsu. I never give up my back that easily. And well, and you can't take me down. You can ask any of my training partners, any of my coaches, black belts in jiu-jitsu, high level wrestlers. I'm probably one of the hardest people out there to take down and hold down. So I just don't see how Will Chope wins that fight. You know, he's gonna have to strike with me, and I think I have a lot more power than him at 185. So all it takes is for me to land one bomb on his chin. You know, he got rocked by Paul. If you watch the fight against Brian Paul, when he was coming in for that sloppy double leg takedown, he got hit with an uppercut and hook, and then he went again, and then he went for the takedown again. If he does that with me, I'm putting him to sleep, because I have a lot. I really do think, I have a lot better takedown defense than any of the guys he's ever fought. And my jiu-jitsu, like I said, it's a lot better. So that's the fight to make, because no one else can give him a fight, man. Nobody else can.
All right. Question from YouTube. Mariano, what's your belt in jiu-jitsu? I think it's a purple belt.
I mean, I do know gi, and I don't really care about the belts, to be honest with you. I just want to learn and improve, and I'm always seeking to improve. So, but yeah, like if we're talking about like no gi, because that's all I do is no gi. They rank me at a purple belt level, but I can hang.
Okay, so you don't have an actual rank yet. Okay,
Yeah, I don't do gi. I don't do gi. So
okay, you don't do
by definition, for a lot of schools, out there, I'm basically not ranked at all. So, but I the reason why I do jiu-jitsu is for MMA, not for doing jiu-jitsu, for the belts or whatever. So for me, it's all about learning. I don't care about the belt or this or that. I just want to learn, and I'm always looking to, improve my jiu-jitsu, my wrestling, everything. Because even if you're a black belt, you don't know everything. So you always having to, learn new things like leg locks, heel hooks, things that are coming out that, that weren't there before. So yeah, it's always always learning, always evolving. And, I love jiu-jitsu, man. I love training jiu-jitsu. I love grappling. So, but to me, like that's why I'm never intimidated when when Will Chope was like, oh, I'm about to be a black belt in jiu-jitsu. Like, how do you think? Like, what do you like? How do you think you're gonna beat me? Like, bro, this is MMA, and belts don't matter in MMA. It's a fight. So, that's my mentality. I don't fear anyone. Black belts. I don't care if you're a black belt, a red belt in jiu-jitsu, a national kickboxing champion. I'm going in there and putting in work on you.
And then where are you training now? Because you've been everywhere. Like I see you train everywhere. So what happened? Okay, so I saw you in Catalan, I saw you with the Striegel gang, and now you're with T-Rex MMA. So what happened there? So what happened with the Catalan? What happened with the Striegel gang? Like I don't understand this. I mean, this is going to be because this is the dilemma of. So it's a size dilemma, it's a personality dilemma, it's finding what's a good fit for you. So what are like overview muna tayo. Let's do an overview. What were your general overviews of MMA gyms in the Philippines? Because you're an outsider coming in, and then you get to experience all of these gyms. So what was the general overview of those things?
Well, a lot of it, bro, like, where do I even start? Like, a lot of it was just a clash of personalities sometimes, and other stuff, which I'm going to get into. But first, when I got to the Philippines, when I got to Manila, I started training in a gym called Fist Gym,
Fist Gym.
It's run by this guy named Ross, I believe.
Rosenberg. Yeah.
Rosenberg. And, at first he was really nice to me. He was like, yo, we're going to welcome you. We have these code of ethics you need to follow. As long as you follow these, you're good to go. And, the guy was like giving me coaches and this and that. And he's like, yeah, we're going to get you into, URCC. We're going to get you the belt and all this stuff. And I was like, holy shit, man, this is good. This is good. And then he wanted me to compete in a jiu-jitsu tournament. I think it was the Pan Asians in May last year, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna register you, bro. Don't worry about anything. Like, I got you covered, the fees and everything." And I was like, "Okay, cool, thank you very much." And like a week before, I think, when the schedule comes out, I was like looking through it, and I couldn't find my name, and I was like, I think it was like white, blue, and purple belts, I believe, for the Pan Asians. So I was looking for my name in the blue belt division, in the purple belt division, couldn't find it. Even in the white belt division, couldn't find it. So then I asked the guy, and he was like, yeah, you're there. Trust me. Like, I registered you. Trust me. So I looked again. at the absolute divisions, and then that's when I found my name in the white belt division. But by this time, I had been training like jiu-jitsu for like 4 or 5 years. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Or like, yeah, like 4 or 5, maybe 6 years already. So I told him like, why are you putting me in the white belt division? Like I want to go to the at least the blue belt, man. Come on, like what is this? And then he like told me, no, you're going to the white belt division. You have to listen to me. I'm your coach. You don't disrespect me. You have to do what I tell you. And I said, bro, fuck that. I was like, listen, if you're gonna put me in the white belt division, then I'm not even gonna go and compete. I'm just gonna go support my teammates, and then I'll just fight MMA, and then fuck jiu-jitsu. And then he was like, no, listen to me. Like, you're going to do what I tell you. If you don't go to this competition, don't ever come back to my gym. This is disrespectful. And I said, okay, I won't come back to your gym. So then I left and I went to another gym, and it's called Fight Yard in the Elorde Fight Yard in
Right yard in Tandang Sora.
yeah, in Danansora. And everything was cool, bro. Like, me and the guy were cool. The owner there, Jet Lim, he's a cool guy and everything. But the reason why I kind of stopped training there is because, and at the same time, while I'm training at Tandansora, there was a guy who introduced me to Jerry Legaspi and Mark Striegel. And I used to go train with them on Fridays for like wrestling and grappling. So I was doing, a little bit of both. The reason why I stopped training at Tandansora was because, there was a lot of casuals. The people there are like 9 to 5 workers. And then I'm going there, like going really hard training, right? Like doing intense training. The guys are like looking at me like, yo, like this guy is fucking wild. He's going too crazy. Like, he's too energetic or whatever. Like, so I was like, nah, I gotta leave this place. This is not the place for me. And then with Jerry and Striegel, they were like really disorganized in their training because they're in the sambo team, so like
Mm-hmm.
some days they have sambo training and judo, and they're here and there and there, so like they don't really have a camp. Those guys are like everywhere. They're like jumping from gym to gym to gym, so they don't really have a set place. And I was
Mm-hmm.
like, I need a place that has a camp, that has a coach that's always there, that I can actually like trust in. And then when I have a fight, he's gonna be in my corner, because when I had a fight in PEC, and I asked
PC.
Jerry,
Yeah.
yeah, in PEC, and I asked some of the guys if they can go there, like Jerry and stuff like that. They're like, no, we have Sambo, this and that. So I had no corner. I had to ask one of my friends to corner me, basically. So I was like, fuck that, man. I need to find another gym. So then Catalan, that's when I went to Catalan, because I heard they have a training camp. I heard Renee was like, ONE FC fighter and
Mm-hmm.
this and that. So I thought it was gonna be a good gym, So I go there. Again, everything was going good. Renee was actually the one that got me into URCC. So, I'm
Mm-hmm.
thankful. I'm thankful to him for that, because he's the one that got me in. But you know, then when the fight with Arvin started, and I started talking all kinds of stuff about him, and he started talking crap about me.
Mm-hmm.
Renee was like, oh, we're not really about that in our gym. We don't talk trash to our opponents. We just fight in the cage. We're humble, this and that. And I was like, bro, fuck all that, bro. Like, I'm gonna promote this fight how I want. So I'm gonna like. And then he was like, well, if you're gonna do that, then you have to leave, the gym. So I said, okay, yeah. So I said, fine, bro. Like, I'll leave. And yeah, and I left. And then I was basically gymless for like about a week or two. Then Joe Vincent So introduced me. Actually, I started training with Joe Vincent So over at Tough Guys for like a week or two, because the fight was already announced. So I'm training, bro. I'm training. I'm doing conditioning and all that with Joe Vincent So. And then he introduced me to Drek Sambuanga, and then I started training there. And that's where I've been ever since, and it's been good. And then,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I go to different gyms from time to time. I go to The Incredible, I go to Gilmore. Yeah, I'm always like going to different gyms because, like I said, I'm looking to improve. Not because
Mm-hmm.
I don't like my gym or whatever. It's because like I'm always looking to see if I can learn something new from someone. Whether it's in jiu-jitsu, wrestling, striking, boxing. So, but right now I'm with T-Rex. Yeah, T-Rex MMA.
Okay. So let's break that down. Okay. So for the jiu-jitsu tournament during the fist gym time, it's not it's not because they're I mean, I don't understand. It's probably a communication problem, but if you join jiu-jitsu tournaments here in the Philippines or any other international jiu-jitsu tournaments, not unless you have a professional MMA record, you are not allowed to go into the blue belt division. If you're an amateur MMA fighter, you are still relegated to the white belt division. That's why you were registered in the white belt division. Now, if you've had a professional
Yeah.
MMA fight, then that would
No.
make you eligible for the blue belt division. I'm not really
Yeah.
sure what was the communication behind that, but I'm pretty sure if your coach just said, you don't have a fight yet, let's bring you to the white belt division first.
Yeah.
You start winning that, I'll bring you to the blue belt division.
It's
That's
just like
probably the miscommunication there.
I just
And
refused
then,
because like I was like
yeah, because
I don't
this
want
is
to sign that.
why, yeah, this is why I tell people to read the rules. All right, that's why. This is why, so that you can communicate to your fighters that this is the case. You don't have to go through. I am your coach. You listen to me. I do
Yeah.
that sometimes, okay, but not in the context of using the rules. Okay, not in the context of trying to explain the rule sets. Now, when it comes to the trash talk part,
Yeah.
I belong to a team in a gym that trash talks trash a lot, so that's good for
But
me. Okay.
I don't really like trash talk that much, to be honest with you. The only reason, I mean,
No,
I
this is
do.
good. This is good to promote the fight, to build your
Yeah.
personal brand. That's good. That's good. I'm all
Like,
for it, and I'm really happy that there are people like Rolando D, Big Unders doing
yeah.
it. Joe Vincenzo's doing it.
Yeah.
It's just the right amount of talking trash, just to
Yeah.
build up the fight, just to put more attention to the fight. More attention to the fighter, more attention to the event. It helps sell the
Yeah.
event, because if you sell the event, then people will watch. If people watch, there's going to be another event. And on
No,
that
you
part,
know,
I'm really happy that the URCC is doing it well. Now, these are I mean, JC, do you have, okay, let's see if JC has a question.
Oh yeah, right. Well, after all of these, all of the gyms that you've went to, what made you decide that hey, T-Rex MMA would probably be the best gym for me at the moment?
I was Joe Vincent told me like it's a good gym, and have quality fighters there, and you can learn a lot from Fritz and Drex, for striking and all that. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna give this a shot and see what happens, because I don't have a gym right now. So, and I'm preparing to fight Arvin. So like I need to get things moving around, and they help me out a lot. So yeah, that's kind of like what happened. And then I like the guys. They treat me well, and I also train with another up and coming team called Team Scientist as well, and they've been helping me a lot for
Team
this camp.
scientist?
Yeah, Team
Where,
Scientist.
what? So what do they? Where are they based at?
They're in Pasig in Muscle Farm Gym. It's a
Scientist.
very small team, just that just is on the come up, and
Okay.
I've been training some I've been getting help for my striking specifically with them, and on the days where I don't train with T-Rex, I'll go to them to train, and
Mhm.
also big shout out to Mark San Juan. He also helped me out a lot in terms of like picking opponents, also like cutting weight, in index. So shout out to him. He's helped me out. He's helped me out a lot on the back end side of things. So it's been really helpful. So yeah, I have a lot of people in the background that you guys don't see that
Mhm.
are always helping me. Even my girlfriend. That Arvin made fun of in the press con. Like if it wasn't for her, guys, I wouldn't have made it to the fight. To be honest with you, she helped me out a lot. So yeah, props to respect to everyone that's helped me out, because it's not just me stepping in the cage, and that's it. Like there's a lot of people who always put in work for me behind the scenes.
Before we continue, wait lang. Tita Che is here. Okay, Tita Che. Okay, good
She
evening,
does
Tita
the swing
Che.
for the fences MMA
Oh, Swing
page.
for the Fences on Facebook, Instagram, MMA Talk Philippines on Facebook. Okay, Tita Che, good evening. Okay, now when you're prepared, when we're talking about people behind the scenes, and this is
Yeah,
something that a lot of people don't really know about. There's a camp, so you have your training partners, So when you have a fight and you're now you're gonna have two fights in a span of a week. So how do you prepare
Yeah.
for that in terms of? So you said you're improving a lot on the cardio. What
Yeah.
about on the aspect of your diet, your nutrition, your recovery? What are some of the things? Okay, don't give it all away. Okay,
Mhm.
so what are some of the things that you really focus on when it comes to your nutrition and your recovery? Because these are the things that we keep emphasizing on the
Yeah.
show, because a lot of people just train, but they don't really put a little bit of effort on the nutrition
Mhm.
and the recovery side. So at least for you
Yeah.
who's been on a winning streak and you're performing at a high level, what do you do that you can share to whoever's watching and listening to this?
Yeah. I feel like a lot of fighters, aside from overtraining, which is a big thing in MMA, a lot of fighters when they have camps, they go like full overboard, like they train 6 days a week, 3 times a day,
Mm.
thinking that they have some sort of advantage when they don't, because they're trying to make up for time that they were in training, and now they're like trying to cram it all in. Kind of like when you study for an exam and you cram it all in like one day instead of studying over like 2 to 3 months. And that's kind of like what
Mhm.
I do. I train 5 days a week, 3 to 4 hours every single day, but I do that consistently throughout the year.
Mhm.
So if a fight ever gets offered to me, I'm already ready to go. In terms of weight, in terms of conditioning, skills, and everything. I don't have to be like, oh my god, like I need time to prepare. So I'm gonna overtrain. So that's the first thing. Then the second thing, so I have 2 days of rest, 2 full days of rest,
Two
where
full days. Okay. Okay.
full
Two
days of
full days
rest
of
where
rest.
I don't do anything related to MMA. I'll go out for a walk or whatever, chill out, hang out with friends, whatever it is. But I won't step in the gym in those 2 days. I'll just relax my body, let my bruises heal, let my body heal. So I avoid injuries. I've barely gotten injured in the last 3 years because of that. Then for nutrition, I try to keep it really balanced, like eat your veggies, obviously your fruits, I love rice, and also like
Probably why you're in the Philippines, because
yeah, here in the Philippines, I love the rice, but also like meats. I like pork, beef, chicken, fish. Just keep it balanced, and of course, from like once or twice a week, I'll have some ice cream or whatever. I'm never like, oh my god, like I need to be strict all the time, and you need to have a balance, because what happens is if you're always like, no, I'm just gonna have chicken and broccoli every single day for a month, what's gonna happen after your fight? You're gonna go on a
you're gonna
binge.
binge.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
gonna binge, and you're gonna be like so overweight. You're probably gonna have to fight like 3 weight classes above the next time you fight, and you're gonna be so out of shape. So I always keep it balanced. Once or twice a week, I'll have anything that's considered not good for you.
Cheat
you know,
meals. The cheat
like yeah,
meals.
yeah, like a cheat meal, and that's even throughout my fight camps, especially at 185. Like I'll have like 1 or 2 days where I'll eat certain things, but I'm always consistent with my diet on the days that I train and everything. So I'm very consistent with that, and with my training, obviously. So I think those are the things that I do, so that when I get into the fight, when I go into the fight, I'm enjoying the process, the camp. It's not like torture. Even though when I do fight at 170, when I fought Arvin, that was very unlike the Jester fight where I was having a lot of fun during the camp. The camp with Arvin was very bad because I was eating like once a day, doing a lot of cardio, cutting all that weight. It was horrible. So that's why I do think at 185 I'm gonna be a different monster, because look what I did to Jester in one round. At 185 I picked him up, threw him on the ground, finished him in a very violent fashion. So I really do think at 185 I just enjoy the process, man. So it's better not to cut so much weight and just put on better performance.
And that's very interesting. 2 days of full recovery, like no
Yeah,
training.
two
Like
days. Yeah,
the most you do is probably stretch, go for a walk.
yeah,
That's another
yeah,
approach that. Okay, that's
yeah.
very
Just
interesting, because now it allows your body to bring down the inflammation, recover
Yeah.
the bruises, and
yeah.
okay, that's
Especially
good.
'cause
That's good.
when you have a fight camp, you're gonna get a lot of bruises. You're gonna get a lot of pains and you're gonna be really sore because when you do train, you're gonna go really hard. So imagine if you're training like let's just say there's some fighters out there who train like three times a day, 6 days a week, and they don't perform any better than I do. I mean, Arvin was training. He was even bragging about it, right? That he was training like 3 times a day. For me, he was so motivated, training like 6 days a week. He didn't perform, and I can almost guarantee you that he left his best rounds in the gym. So when he came and fought me, he was probably already really tired. He was bruised up. And me, I was like fully recovered. I'm ready to go, no injuries, super fresh, right? So I think that it works for me. I'm not saying it works for everyone, but like a lot of fighters seem to think that it's not about how hard you work, in terms of like, oh, I train 6 days a week and this guy trains 5 days a week. So therefore that means I'm gonna beat him in fight day. That's not how it works, guys. It's also about being smart because like Franco said, recovery is part of that process too. If you don't recover, your body's not gonna perform in the fight. So, you also need to rest.
JC.
That is correct. That is one of the biggest mistakes that some fighters do. I mean, I've seen fighters who, right after the wins, they just grab something really sweet to try to
Immediately.
recover. Immediately, like have ice cream or have a chocolate bar or something. But I mean, it when you try to rehydrate, I mean, you're supposed to do it slowly, right? I mean, some people just do it like a crash recovery thing, and that's one of their biggest mistakes. You've actually shared a lot of good nuggets in what fighters should be doing. I mean, especially in the Philippines, a lot of fighters here when they cut weight, it's like what you mentioned. It's like broccoli and so chicken breast for a whole month or something, and that doesn't even taste good. I mean, it's you can lose weight and eat properly. I mean, you can eat what you want, and at least in your full 2 days of rest, did you ever attempt to like do a whole cheat day? Because some fighters do that, a whole day to eat whatever they want, like a full cheat day. Do you ever do that?
Not really. No, I just eat normal. Like I said, because I have that balance throughout the week. I don't ever get that need to like go and like go crazy on like some food that I haven't had for like 3 or 4 months. So that's why that balance is so important because you get that craving versus like you eat broccoli and cooking for 2 months and that's all you eat. Then when you have the chance to eat, ice cream or whatever, man, you're gonna eat like 5 or 6 buckets, and then obviously it's not gonna be good for you. So I prefer the balanced approach. And a lot of people, even fighters, man, they always tell me, "Oh, like, why are you eating this?" Or like, "Why are you drinking a beer or something after training?" And I'm like, because I'm enjoying the process, man. This is a lifestyle for me. I want to enjoy, you know, uh, training. I don't want to like when I go train. I want to be smiling. I don't want to be like, oh, here we go again. Training again. So, but obviously, when a fight's coming up and everything, I take it very seriously. So, I put in the work, but you also have to enjoy life, man. Like fighting is not everything. So, you know, blend it into your lifestyle.
And then let's bring it over now to fight night. How do you approach fight night? What are the things that's going through your head? Because a lot of people now they'll train really hard. However,
Yeah.
come fight night, all the jitters come into play, the anxiety comes into play. So when fight week is there, you have to do the pressers, you have to do the weigh-ins, then everything culminates during fight night. So how do you approach the entire mental process of going through the motions of fight night and then eventually climbing inside the cage?
Yeah, so for the fight, the fight day when I wake up, I think about all the things that I'm grateful for, like
Mm.
how far I've come, everyone who supports me and believes in me, and all those people who always been there. So I think about that, in their words, and then just relax, do listen to some music, and then right before going off to the venue, turn off all like make sure my phone's off, everything, just fully focus on the game plan and what I'm gonna do in the fight. And then once I'm in the venue, just warm up, have a good warm up, and focus on key things of the game plan, and just make sure that we're dialed in, fully focused on what I'm gonna do, how I'm gonna execute, and something in me switches. Like when I'm in the venue, when I'm going to the cage, I become a violent man. Like I let my all the screws in my head loose, and I just want to kill someone. You know what I mean? Like that's it. So let them all the screws loose, go wild, and and let that beast out, and then do what I gotta do because I'm prepared. I prepared in training hard for this fight. So that's how I do it, man. I don't let the crowd get the best of me, or like have any influence on my performance, because if you guys saw last time, everybody was booing me as I'm walking out. I heard people say like "fuck you," "you're a foreigner, get the fuck out of here," like "Calvo," this and that, "Baglaka," all that stuff. I heard it, but it did not affect me because I'm walking in there. Me and Arvin is the only ones that are gonna be in the cage, so all those people can't help him.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I think when I'm walking into the cage. Just it's me and the guy, and no one else can help us. It's just me and him. It's a gladiator, you know. Someone's gonna come out alive. So, and it's gonna be me.
Mm.
That's how.
All
JC.
right. And well, with all of this, one of the things I'm very curious about is with at least your recent fight. Some of the trash talking done were in Tagalog. I'm just curious. Do you already have like a decent grasp of the Tagalog language that you understand some of the words that are thrown at you?
Yeah, and how long
Yeah,
have you been here? How long have you been here?
since last March, so like about a year and 3 months. A year and three
Hmm.
You're
months.
3 months. Okay, so you probably know the no, the bad words already. You have a clear idea of the bad words.
Yeah, I know like the basic bad words, and stuff. And
Yeah.
I already know like people are calling me like gay and bald, and
Uh-huh. Yeah.
things of that nature. But like I enjoyed it, to be honest with you, because I was like, when these guys watch their hometown hero get taken out in their home, I'm gonna be laughing, and that's what I did. Like if you guys saw my after I beat Arvin, I was going. I wanted to go out into the crowd. Like actually, the security, if you watch the video, did not let me, because I was gonna go out and taunt everyone, but they were like, "No, you're staying in here." They grabbed me, but I thrive. I think I thrive under those type of situations. So, I'm always the guy coming in, the outsider. You know, so it is what it is. And I mean, I love the Philippines. Don't get me wrong, but like I had to do what I had to do.
Yeah, I mean, you did your job, did very, very well. And then now fighting Baduria and then fighting in Korea after 4 or 5 days. So
Four
that's
days,
going to be a
4 days
crazy
later.
schedule. It's going to be a fucking
Yeah.
crazy schedule. It's probably the first time I'll see it because I know Will fights like every week or every other week. You're going to fight like 4 or 5 days notice. So is that
Yeah.
flying? Is that something that's hanging in your head? Like you're gonna go in there against Baduria and you go like, hey, I can't really do too much. I can't really get too much damage from this fight because now I have to fight
Yeah.
after 4 days, or you practically have one day to recover, and then you're gonna prepare to fly because you're flying. So you're flying there, then you have
Yeah.
to do all the necessary pressers, and then you're gonna go fight again. So what is the mental approach with that situation?
Yeah, so I'm gonna fight. We have a game plan for Baduria, which I think you guys all. I mean, I don't think it's a secret. Honestly, I'm gonna take him down and either submit him or do ground and pound on him. Either way, it's gonna be I believe, a finish in the first round, and then I'm gonna fly. I'm take a day off and then go fly to Korea and do the same thing to the Korean. So to me, it's nothing, man. It's another day in the office. I signed up for this. This is what I'm doing. Fighting. Again, if you guys don't want to be fighters, don't sign up for this shit, bro. Because if you guys don't want to fight, just stay at home. But me, when the fights were offered, I said yes to both of them. And I never backed down for a single minute, even though I knew the Korean he's a very tough guy, and I have a lot to lose in this fight and very little to gain because nobody fucking gives a shit about that guy. Nobody fucking knows who he is. So by me going there fighting this nobody, even though he's a good guy, even though he's really really dangerous in terms of skill set, it doesn't do much for me. But I'm doing it to prove a point, which is I can hang in there with the best fighters in Asia, which are the Koreans. I believe the Koreans are the best fighters in the region. If you can take them out in their own country, which is what I'm gonna do, I really do think I'm gonna catch the eyes of some pretty big guys. So that's what I'm hoping to do in Korea. Letting people know like, oh shit, this guy's on a different level. And he just fought 4 days before that. I'm like the Hamza of Asia. I'm fighting.
That's gonna
I'm
be
fighting,
like
yeah.
the mental fuckness and the fuck fest in the mind of your opponent. Go like, this guy just fought 4 days prior.
Yeah. And I'm gonna do the exact same thing because all these guys think like, oh, I'm gonna stop his takedown. He only has a double leg. Yeah, that's very true. I only have a double leg. The question is, can you stop it? The question is, everyone knew what Khabib was gonna do to you. Everyone knows what Khabib is gonna do, right? He's gonna put you against the cage and take you down. Everybody knows that. Everyone prepared for that. So how come nobody stopped it? It's the same thing. The Korean and Baduria, he can be working with the black belts and the best wrestlers in the world right now. He only has 4 weeks. He only has 4 weeks to get ready for me, and it's not enough time. I believe Arvin and Jester have way better ground than Baduria. Baduria has no ground. The guy got mounted by Boss Bullet and was getting beat up by Boss Bullet, who's not even a fighter.
Mm-hmm.
He got knocked the fuck out by Mammoth. And this is the guy that was beating up Baduria in training, and Baduria was trying to escape. So I can just imagine, and you can ask Boss Bullet what I did to him in training, because me and him trained before with Mark Striegel and Jerry. I made him rethink his MMA career when I was an amateur. So I'm not afraid of Baduria. I respect the guy. I don't underestimate him as a fighter, as a man. But I'm a different animal, man. He never fought 4 days apart. He never did. So I'm crazy, man. There's something wrong with me. So
oh yeah, definitely.
I'm not a normal
two
human.
fights in a week. I'll definitely say there's something wrong with you.
I have a problem, and the problem is I love to fight. So and the more fights I have, the better. If your RCC can give me a fight every month, every week, I would do it, bro. Honestly. So that's why I took this fight in Korea. I want to stay busy. I want to stay busy.
Okay. Last question, Tito JC.
Yeah. And is it safe to say that you actually have an anger problem and MMA is what keeps you sane?
I believe so, man. I believe I have I don't know, like some sort of anger in me for whatever reason.
Yeah.
But MMA is like a way of me letting it out without going to jail or killing someone.
Yeah.
So,
That's a very good outlet to get all the anger in you out. I mean, if you do that in the streets, you're gonna be sent to jail or something. That's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, I probably would be in jail right now, like for murder or something. Killing. That's for sure.
Yes, Tito Che, he's going to fight. Oh, he's gonna fight 2 times in 1 week. So he's gonna fight Baduria July
4 days
if I'm
apart.
not mistaken. And then after 4 days, he's gonna fight in Korea. So yes, he's one crazy bastard.
That's for Angels Fighting Championship, right? Is it?
Angels Fighting AFC?
Yeah. I'm going straight to Korea because me and Korea have a long history. When I was an amateur, I got defeated by unanimous decision by a Korean. You
Oh
know,
yeah, that was in the States, right?
in the States, yeah. So, and this guy
Yeah.
that I'm fighting is a better version of the guy that I lost to. He's a BJJ brown belt and a champion, national wrestling and kickboxing, undefeated, never been beaten before in anything. I'm gonna give him the first taste of what a loss feels like in his own country, in his own province. I'm going to Korea, straight to Korea, not anywhere else, because I want revenge. Just like Adesanya said, the one who laughs last laughs best. I'm gonna laugh in Korea when I knock this motherfucker out or submit him or whatever. But you best believe I'm gonna represent the Philippines very well in this fight. And this guy's in big fucking problems.
And of course, let's wrap that up. MJ, thank you so much for doing this. Thank you for your time, your training. For obvious reasons, you're
Yes.
preparing for 2 fights. So thank you so much for the time to be here, share your story, share what
Mhm.
you know. I'm pretty sure a lot of people who are going to watch the replay, they're going to learn from the things that you are doing and then apply. Hopefully, we're praying that they apply it
Yes.
to their trainings. Okay,
And
MJ, Mariano Jones, where can people find you? Please, any other things you want to say? Any other events you want to plug? Any sponsors you want to give a shout out to, or people that support you? Where can people find you on social media? Please let us know.
Yeah, so thank you to everyone who supports me. You know who you guys are. Always there for me, my teammates, my friends, my family, my girlfriend. Shout out to all of you guys. I love you, and we're gonna come, for the wins. July 4, July 8. Baduria and Kim Kyu Hyung, you guys are fucked. I'm gonna kill you guys. You have no idea. I'm a crazy, sick man, and I'm coming for your heads. And obviously, please come out and support. If you're in Manila, come out on July 4th to Xylo at the Palace. Come watch me live, and not just me, but also up and comers like Alex Begander and Tristan De Mena. They're gonna be fighting there as well. Please come out and watch them. These guys are the future of MMA here in the Philippines. And you guys can follow me on Instagram, Mariano Jones, and you guys can also find my links on my Instagram through from my Facebook and YouTube, where I'm constantly posting good content, MMA fights, training, Philippines lifestyle, and things of that nature. So go out and give me some support, and I'll see you guys in the cage.
Okay, Mariano Jones, make sure you follow him on social media channels. He's on
yep.
Facebook, Instagram, and on YouTube. Everybody, thank you for your questions. Thank you for the trash talk.
Yes.
Everybody who's talking trash.
Yeah.
And then make sure that you watch out for MJ's fights on Xylo, and then he's going to fly over to Korea. Mariano Jones, thank you so much again for your
Thank you
time.
so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you. And
People
then
know more
hopefully,
about you now.
now people know more about you. People will see this, and then hopefully we get more people to support you and become fans of
Yeah.
you. Okay, MJ,
Yeah.
thank you so much, and
Thank
we'll
you so
see you.
much.
I'll see you on Xylo. Okay, bye
See you
bye.
in Xylo.
Yes.
Okay, that is Mariano Jones, ladies and gentlemen.
Uh-huh.
One of the really good, hindi na nga siya up and comer. I don't want to consider him an up and comer
Yeah.
because he has
Ano eh.
solid foundations. I'm very
Fastest
interested on
one of the fastest rising 185ers eh, no?
Oo,
Pwede.
'di ba? I'm very interested on how he's going to handle 2 fights in 1 week. Okay, this is
Exactly.
something that I will be looking forward to covering. Okay?
Yung
Ito, pwede na natin lagay ito. Tito Pacholo, kaaway mo talaga. Ito, mahina talaga. Wala ka na. Sabi ko nga, nasa Facebook si Tito Pocholo kasi. So, hindi
hanapin yung mga
naintindihan
account.
okay.
Oo.
Nasa Facebook si Tito Pocholo, okay? Yung mga nag-aaway po sa comment section, siguraduhin nyo, dapat lalagyan ko na ng next time. Pag mag-aaway, kailangan mag-send ng stars, okay? Para pwede kayo magsagutan. Di ba? Sa YouTube, kailangan maglagay ng super chat. Di ba? Para nakakatuwa yung asaran nyo dito. Hindi ko lang talaga pwedeng i-post kasi nga, Diyos ko naman.
Mahirap eh. Baka ma-report tayo eh.
Kaya tayo nare-report eh, di ba?
Oo, mahirap na.
Ito, teka lang. Ito Tito Pocholo, kanina mo pa dapat to pinost eh. Kaso kasi lagi may follow-up eh. Natatawa ko sa follow-up eh. Yung follow-up statement yung nakakatawa, hindi talaga pang comment. yung mga pasok ni Tito Pocholo sa comments, buto natatawa talaga ako. Sakto, kahit yung Facebook eto Tito Pocholo, may message siya sa messenger, sabi, sino ba yung Pocholo Marquez na yun? Nakakatawa yung mga entrada. Sabi ko, wala, mahusay, magaling mag-timing talaga yan. Sabi ko, diba? Oo, yan. Spicy mga follow-up. Oo nga, spicy mga follow-up ni Tita Che. Just like the chili garlic that she is offering on her page. So sigurado yun yung bumili kayo nun. Ako, bibili ako.
Tita Che, palagay nga ng pangalan nung binibenta mo na chili garlic.
Pangalan, nung chili garlic. May ganyan pala si Tita Che.
I actually ordered one already sa TikTok shop nila. Grabe yun eh. Ang bilis nga. Nagulat ako, bilis sa delivery. I ordered it no Thursday. Dumating na Friday sa bahay. Gano'n ako bilis.
Order ako niyan. Sabihan mo ako,
Tita. And masarap.
Oo, ako. Ako niyan. Order. Lagi, ayan. Anong pangalan, Tita Che? Anong pangalan nung chili garlic mo? Lagay mo sa comment section.
Chuchay Kitchen.
Chuchay Kitchen.
Chili garlic yata. Ayan.
Chili garlic, okay? Follow nyo to, Chuchay Kitchen. Ako kasi yung mga ganyan, mga para dagdag lang, mga, di ba? Saktong alam mo yung dagdag na sa pagkain. Okay?
And katulad na sinabi ko kay Tita Che, when I tried it, kasi may mga chili garlic na yung pagkuha mo na nakabote, makunat na yung garlic, ito malutong pa rin
walang kwenta. Yan. Kaya yan. In JC we trust sa chili garlic. Kaya kanina pa pasok na dito po Cholo, gusto ko ilagay. Okay, mindset, okay, tapos biglang recovery daw, protein intake, sabi ko, anak ng ulit. Paano natin ilalagay? Yeah. Paano natin yan?
Very interesting na at this point nakuha na napa-agree ni Mariano Jones itong si Pocholo sa mga pinagsasabi niya. I mean, considering si Pocholo is
may common ground
diba?
Nag-agree, diba? Yun yung importante doon. Diba? Yun, at least nakita natin na may ganun. Okay? Na, ang ano ko lang talaga is it's a very small division for Mariano Jones. That's why it's good na he is finding he is able to book fights outside the Philippines. Kasi when you talk about 185, wala. It's very, I mean, I don't know. So, diba? So, Bigander, I don't know. Bigander has good.
So, Bigander, 185 ata.
Bigander can go 170. Para saan?
I think so, yes.
170.
And yung hinamon niya nga si De Mesa is 205. So, I guess he can go down to 185, pero 185. That's that.
So De Mesa's gonna go 185 for that. Oh.
And the other guy, yung kinalaban niya, pwede rin pang 185 yun pero they fought at around about 205.
Yeah. Kaya rin wag 185 yun. Pero yun nga, it's a very small pool. Kita mo nga, di ba, they end up training with each other. Pero yun nga, it's gonna be difficult. So not unless he goes... See, I think Hoffman is going to campaign at 170. Yan na, Hoffman 170. Bihira na yan. I think it's just gonna... I mean, it's best na he gives up the 185 and the 205 belts. Not unless na talagang it's worth it to fly him over. Kasi that's a huge expense for the URC.
Man. And the thing din kasi is most of the bigger guys dito sa atin are not in MMA. Sa 155 nga medyo mahirap nang humanap ng fighters. Most of our fighters are in 125, 135, 145, 155 medyo long shot pa. Actually, parang yung mga 155ers natin, mga nasa 150 lang, 153. And konting-konti yung mga lumalagpas doon. And that's, hindi ko alam kung dapat ba mag-campaign pa tayo to get more people to go into MMA. Lalo na yung mga katulad nitong PMAF, Philippine MMA Federation Events. Kung gusto niyo maging fighter, sumali and you've been training, sumali kayo doon to gain the experience. Alam ko babalik din naman yung Academy Fighting Championship and a lot of other fight promotions are there to help you with your MMA journey.
Totoo
Sayang
yan.
yung opportunity.
Diba? Yung bagong breed last year, mukhang kaya, lalo na si Lugo.
Si Lugo, grabe.
Ray Lugo fights at 145. Okay, Ray Lugo fights at 145. Yang nakakatuwa si Deftak Cebu, Vagabond MMA under Professor Dwayne Cagasan. Bro mo, may dalawa na sa stable niya. So you got Ray Lugo, who's good, who has good jiu-jitsu and good striking. And then you got a prospect in Tristan De Mesa. So it's just a matter of maintaining that discipline, maintaining that momentum, getting the right fights for them so they fight URCC. Then hopefully they get to fight abroad so that it expands their knowledge and experience. And then from there, lalo-lalo na yung dalawang yun. Lugo can go 145, he can go 155.
Or baka 155.
Diba? Later, pag lumaki pa yung pagbumigat or lumaki na yung mga buto ni Lugo kasi bata pa yan, it's going to be very, very interesting when they really focus on getting at that level.
Actually, yung iba yata ng mga fighters, mga parang hindi pa lang talaga kasi nabibigyan ng bigger outlet to display their skills. May naririnig akong from Bicol, what's his name? Lar Ocampo, who's a very good wrestler. Na ano daw, mukhang wants to get into the URCC, is fought in the amateurs doon sa Bicol area and parang wala na ata siyang makalaban doon, no? So he wants to go national, he wants to go URCC daw.
Ayun, edi
He's a 145er, 155er pagkakaalala ko. Parang sa mga ganong division sa pwede.
Maraming MMA gyms dyan, diba? Sa Bicol region, Naga, yan, may mga MMA gyms dyan, nagulat ako. Best case in point, si Margallo. Margallo is from Bicol. Diba? Now he fights in Japan. Ngayon, naggulat na ako, 135 pala nilalabanan nun.
Grabe, no? Akala ko 155 si Margallo eh.
Pero ngayon, talo siya, so 145 na raw siya. That is a good move. That is a wise, it's a good decision.
Diba? Kilala ni Pocholo si Lar Ocampo, yung sinasabi ko na si Lar.
Lar Ocampo. Sige yan, magandang that's a good, diba? Diba? At least sa show na to, marami tayong natututunan. Diba? Pero Adahar is a different level, different beast. Adahar will destroy him. So who will destroy? So Adahar, you think, so Tito Pocholo believes that Adahar will destroy Mariano Jones. Round 1. Papatuloy ako. The major problem I see with this is that when they fight in the small events, the cage is small. It's very little room for you to do a sprawl or a good takedown defense from, not unless iba yung strategy mo. Pero yun nga, you really have to defend the takedown against the cage, especially kung maglalaban si Mariano Jones at si John Adahar, parehong matangkad yun eh. Diba? Ako, I'm really interested with that fight.
Yeah.
As long as Adahar gets a full cap, like a really good cap. Kasi he hasn't fought in a while. He needs to shake
last year yata yung huli niya laban yun sa road to UFC.
Hindi, pero
pero tagal na nun.
Pero yun din, we don't know how much preparation he had for that, diba? Hindi natin alam kung how many training partners did they have? Did he have enough time to actually get into fight shape? So depende lahat yan. There are so many factors to that, especially at the level of MMA now. Hindi na pwedeng basta-basta lang basta-basta na lang lalaban. Kawawa rin. Puta to si Adahar, pogi pa to. Tanga na, may showbiz. Diba? Hindi natin alam. Do you protect the body? Do you protect the face? Diba? Medyo hindi ako talaga diba? Adahar is there, diba? Everybody knows you're a fucking MMA fighter. Everybody knows you can bang, diba? Pero if there's like, diba, malaki offer kay showbiz, diba? Ba't pa tayo magano? Ang problema kasi sa Adahar kasi is a fighter through and through. Hindi mo rin talaga maaalis sa fighter yun eh. They will always look for that, diba? There's always that itch to scratch. And that's the thing with this guy. Even though he's doing something different with his career and he's doing really well, yan yung sakit nating mga fighters. Aminin man natin, there's always that itch that needs to be scratched na parang, okay, what if I fight one more time? Diba? What if, parang feeling ko, especially, yan, Johnny Boy, nanood lang dapat sa Okada yan. Puta, nung nakita niya, ang ganda nung laban nung mga undercards sa main bout, nakita mo yung mukha niya, nag-iiba yung complexion ni Adar. Parang kaya ko yung mga yan, ha. Yun yung sinasabi ko. Diba, yun, ganun tayo. People from within this community are wired differently, and that's why I love it. Diba? Now it's just a matter of making the right moves, making the right choices, and hopefully it pans out, diba? Pero definitely, tulad nung I'm definitely echoing what Tito JC said. Maganda yung status kung nasa si Mariano Jones ngayon. He's in a very good spot. MJ is poised to fight. I mean, I don't understand the rationale behind that, pero 2 fights in 1 week, that puts him in a very good position for any promotion. Diba? Any promotion will be very happy to have him.
Naalala ko may nagbanggit kanina about the cage being small. Oh, that's because we're in smaller venues. Habang nasa smaller venues pa tayo so far, we're in smaller venues so far kasi kumbaga nag-regroup ulit si URCC. They're trying to bring back the fans to watch the fights eh. If you continue to watch the fights live or pay-per-view, it will allow the URCC to grow even more again, and hopefully makabalik na tayo sa Araneta Coliseum or sa Okada or kung saan man okay na venues, na bigger venues where we can put bigger cages para itong mga malalaking to dun sa actual na cage kung saan sila nararapat lumaban, na makita natin sila lumaban.
Diba? Anak na puta, dito pa pala si Tito Johnny Boy. October, ayan. Kita mo thinking guy. Not rushing into it. October. Diba?
October.
Diba?
Actually,
si Johnny Boy.
Napanood ko yung interview sa ano ba show yun? Yung may guesting siya. Tapos binagit niya, he wanted to fight July, kaya lang syempre yun nga yung concern niya about the pay. I get that. I mean, he's been fighting for a while din eh. Artista na din si John eh.
Diba? Dito pa pala si Tito Johnny Boy. Okay. So at least, and ito yun, John's still training. Okay? With the time that he has, diba, whatever he can, sulput ng training. So at least, he's active, he's still in it. Diba? Hindi yung talagang zero, wala. Diba? So, kahit papano. Mark San Juan, I saw Lara Ocampo fight. Very good and explosive fight. So this is something that we can, tignan natin.
Tapos may mga mababanggit pa tayong pangalan. In bare knuckle boxing, merong nakikita ko na pwede from boxing na pwede mag-crossover in bare knuckle na pwede natin banggitin sa mga URCC peeps. Kasi yung iba doon hindi nabibigyan ng chance sa boxing mismo kasi they're really big, pero sa bare knuckle boxing in the URCC mukhang pwede. So kung tatanungin ko sila if they're interested in doing bare knuckle boxing instead.
Ito rin yun. If you can't do MMA or you're very hesitant to do MMA, so June 24, meron ng professional kickboxing tournament that's gonna happen.
Oh, yes.
That's the inaugural event, TNT. TNT means tunay na tigas. It's a very witty name. Kasi tunay na tigas. TNT, professional kickboxing promotion. They're gonna fight under K1 rules. It's going to happen sa San Juan Pinoil Arena. Very good venue. There's a really good team behind it. So attorney Miguel Consing is the CEO of TNT Promotions. So they have a really good team behind them. They're working with the fighters. We're working with the production to provide a really good experience. Kasi inaugural event to. So maganda yung fight card. I saw the fight card. I saw the roster. And then sabi nga nila, they're really banking on what do you call this? The fight card and the fight fans to show up. Kasi nga, it's good for the community. It's another way. It's another outlet. So yung mga taong magaling yung striking tapos medyo nag-aalangan sa pure boxing lang or sa bare knuckle or medyo nag-aalangan sa MMA, professional kickboxing. This is another avenue for all fighters, all striking aficionados na this is an avenue for you diba, to actually be a professional kickboxer. Diba? So, yan ang teka lang, meron ako nakita. So again, June 24, San Juan Philoil Arena.
And after that, June 25 ba ang regional championships ng MAP?
Yun,
Tama ba?
the following day, it's the regional championships, Luzon leg ng Muay Thai Association of the Philippines.
I think it's about the whole week yata eh. It's about the whole week para i-accommodate lahat.
Finals is going to be sa Sunday.
Itong regionals, Luzon leg pa lang ng Muay Thai Association of the Philippines, almost 600 entries. Luzon pa lang for this year. Grabe.
Ganun karami. Nakakatuwa talaga. It's very good to see. It's very good to know. Huge thank you to the people behind the Muay Thai Association of the Philippines. Sila Chairman Managilod, sila Ma'am Pearl Managilod, Crew Francis, Coach Billy Alumno, yung coaching staff, sila Coach Chot, di ba? Sila Ma'am Mardel. These are the hardworking people behind the Muay Thai Association of the Philippines na pinapalaki nila yung Muay Thai community sa Pilipinas. Okay? Carlo Ramirez, if Sir all remove the mods. Ano yung remove the mods? Then we can change our photo, the photo that he can find. Ano to? Ano to sa YouTube?
Hindi ko rin alam yung sinasabi nila. Parang wala naman ganyan sa...
Rephrase. How much shit did you guys give John Adahar for joining a beauty pageant? A lot. I actually gave him a lot. I was like, inasar ko talaga si John. What the hell? Kasi parang papasok parang ganda ng timing beauty pageant, tapos lumaban sa URC. Sinasabi paano mo maintain?
Well,
pero mahirap yun. Pero ako, sa amin dalawa, syempre, magkakalala ko. Inasar ko talaga. Everybody, Powerful Comics Man podcast, okay?
Yes.
Make sure you subscribe.
Check his page out.
Di ba? Marami ring guests yan. Very good podcast and really good insights. What else? Ayan, Tito Pocholo agrees. Mark San Juan, explosive and strong. Same with Marian. Wala ba ako? Ayun, with striking.
Audio.
Burnout. When will the interview of Champion? Ako, I'm really assessing. In all honesty, they want to...
Hindi kasi pwedeng biglain mahirap And they're nag-camp
naka-camp Ako talaga, I'm very hesitant to interview people within camp. Siguro before they fly to the US or kung meron siyang free time, kasi I really don't want to disrupt camp. Training fighters, ako nga very strict ako I'm like, as much as possible, no distraction. So anytime na he's available and he's relaxed and he can, diba, have a long conversation, then I'm up for it. I'll probably reach out to their team once again if they're open for it. At least, hopefully, we get that done before they fly out. Pero thank you. Ako gusto ko rin talaga mangyari. Okay. What else?
Nga pala, I'm not sure if...
Coach Franco, can you make me and Carlo Ramirez your moderators so that we can avoid posers here? No.
Kaso hindi natin alam kung yan yung tunay o yung fake, kasi meron silang kapareho ng pangalan nila dyan, kasagutan nila sa comments. So hindi natin alam kung sino yan. Weird, nag-aaway na sila dyan. And nga pala, congratulations pala doon sa isang previous guest natin recently, kay Isla Erica Bomogao. She actually already graduated.
Hey, congratulations, Islay! Galing. Kita nyo very deadly combination, beauty and brains. Yeah, beauty, brains, and brawl. Okay, brawl. Okay, tatlo pala. Triple threat pala. Lugo versus Lar. We gotta watch how Lar fights.
Hanap tayo. Ano yan before, pre-pandemic pa narinig niya si Lar Ocampo. He's also trained with Drek Zamboanga briefly. Kung merong isa pang nakakilala sa galaw ni Lar Ocampo, si Drex yun.
Okay, di ba? A lot of people doing, you
Oh,
can't go wrong talaga with a Drek Zamboanga, a Denise Zamboanga, and a Fritz Bergtan in your camp. Di ba? Poor Wi-Fi connections, they can only comment once every 5 minutes on live stream. Doon ako nagugulat. Merong posters sila. Naku, may mga galit sa inyo. Everybody, we're live on Facebook and on YouTube. Make sure you follow Coach Franco Rulloda on Facebook. Yung iba pala, nakakatuwa naman na nagko-comment kayo, nanonood kayo, pero hindi pa pala kayo nagfo-follow ng page. Follow nyo naman, di ba? Libre lang yan. Isang click lang yan. Then, over at YouTube, hey, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you're on Facebook, please send us some stars. If you're on YouTube, please send us some super chats, super thanks, and then join the subscription para, medyo mas intimate na chismisan tayo doon, okay? What else? Let's see. Uy, kanina talaga, takot talaga ako kanina. Biglang nawala na naman ako eh. Sabi ko, no!
Ano pa?
Selective the mode of that. Hindi ko talaga alam to. We gotta check out. Okay.
Rico.
Sino to? Shout out to Tenorio. Sino si Bagyong Tenorio? Sana matuloy na bare knuckle fight niya sa URCC. So, Bagyong Tenorio is wants
yung
to fight
Tenorio siguro yeah.
Ako talaga wala. Si Kabakal to eh. Si Kabakal may hawak nito eh. Ako hindi ako nangingialam dyan eh.
Hindi ba bare knuckle saan you guys name yung may hawak? Si ang pangalan nun? Yung isa pang kalbo na sorry, bad with names. Ang pangalan nun na nag-bare knuckle boxing din sa URCC. What's his name? Alam ko siya may hawak ng bare knuckle boxing eh. Or at least sa kanya pinapahandle yung page.
We're in Manila by Wednesday. Message mo si Reyes. Let's do it. I am down. So we can either go, pwede naman in person. Pupuntahan ko kayo. Kung nasa Manila kayo ng Wednesday, I am down to meet you. Okay? And then, or we can do this ganito. We can record a podcast para, di ba, if time is not, if it's not permissible, pero at least we can do it online. Basta, any time na that's very convenient for you ng Wednesday. Okay? Basta, I want to get this done like before I start teaching class. Pero anytime that you guys, let's do it. I'm down. I am down. Ano yung nilagay na link ni Saison? Ano to, Saison? Anong YouTube link to? Laban ni Lar ba to? Okay. That's a good idea. Si Charis talaga. Si Tito. Galit talaga kay Pocholo to. Galit talaga. Diba? Ito si Rolando D. Ito gusto ko panoorin mga may kayang YouTubers. King Pinoy. Si King Pinoy nga ba? May ako ng vloggers? Teka lang, wala kang audio. Mike.
Hindi ko sure, pero parang siya. Hindi ko sure, pero parang siya may hawak ng bare knuckle boxing sa URCC kasi siya yung nag-handle ng tryouts nung nakaraan eh.
Oo nga pala, sige, tanong natin si King Pinoy tsaka si Kabax. Para matanong natin dyan. Posters. Ayun, even Naomi C nga, kahit nga si Naomi C, si King Pinoy nga raw. Okay. Tama, kami ni Tito JC. Kung kami sa MMA, kung kami sa fighter side talaga, hindi kami nakikialam doon sa vlogger side.
Ano sila pumili doon sa kung sino lalaban eh. Basta kami nag-aantag dito. Nag-co-commentary or nag-announce lang.
Diba? Ayan, nako, si Caro 4, Florence, si Sebio. Ayan. Diba?
Oy, late ka na
Dito, si Rolando di talaga. Matalino, alam mo, di mahirap. Tirahan na ng income to. Tirahan na ba? Yung mo si Rugby Boy, ba't ganun? Walang bubong bahay. Ako nga, buti nga nakita mo pa yun eh. Ako hanapin ko yung video na yun. Grabe kayo.
Ko na nga rin pinapansin nakikita ko yung mga vlogs Pero hopefully, alam mo yun, hopefully, makasama natin si Rugby Boy just to get his side on what's going on. Kasi parang medyo off nga yung diskarta niya recently.
Definitely. Oh. Okay, I will tell them, yes, that's the
Yes.
I'm game to I'll bring my camera phones and my lapel mics para mabilis na usapan to. Pero hopefully long form podcast kasi kami more than an hour kasi nga we want to have long form conversation. So that's why I want to ano yung time most convenient for them so that we can do this properly. But thank you for reaching out for seeing the message and then hopefully we can make it happen, okay? Ito pa chola takot pero poster account gamit. Di ba? Yan na.
Ano daw?
Yung Tenorio, boxer siya. He also fought in Vietnam. He has a fight in Japan this week. I helped him out a bit. He was scheduled to fight in bare knuckle. Okay, tanong natin.
Interesting.
Tanong natin sa iyo. Wala ako kasi
tanong ko si Aaron Book. Mamayang umaga. If ever. Siya naman ang ng mga matchups
Selectable na naman. What did you just say, Kabax? Kasi kabakal ang haba Ako kasi, wala akong ibang meaning. Wala akong ibang intention. Okay? Sa kabakal. Parang awkward Kasi sabi ko lang, Kabax, okay na ba to? Okay. Pero my entire intention is kabakal. Tinatamad lang ako sa kabakal.
Pero in fairness kay Kabakal, 'di ba nakasama natin siya sa Pangasinan? Nagulat ako pagkagising pala ng umaga, ayos na yung buhok. Hindi ko alam bakit ginagawa yan.
Puta, bato-bato rin talaga yan si Kabakal. Hindi ko maintindihan ang tagal niya. Lagi siya nagla-live sa URCC. Pero di ko alam anong oras kaya nagbubuhat yun.
Hindi, late naman sa ata nagla-live sa URCC para mga 7, 8, gano'n.
Kaya hindi ko alam talaga. Minsan talaga si Kabakal pag nabuyo mo yan. Laki ni Kabakal. Pero yun, I have to commend the hair Like always, walang fail. Always looking pristine si Kabakal. Okay, pristine. Very very good posture, maganda yung demeanor, di ba? Ready. Pero di ba? Ako kasi tamad ako sa ganun. Admittedly, tamad ako diyan. Tignan mo to, Tito JC. Sabi Tito, pero honestly, ganda ng platform na ito. Imagine, nagbago views ko kay Mariano. Feeling ko talaga content, may ibang comment yan mamaya sa baba. Ang hirap mag-scroll down ngayon. May sasabihin, spicy na naman
Screenshot ko yan Cholo.
Dito ng script at kodigo sa interview. Alam mo, feeling ko yun din yun Feeling ko kailangan lang talaga long form, yung mga ganitong platform. Again, I also talk to Rugby Boy. Sabi ko, the show is very open for you. I really plan to talk to you. Tignan natin paano natin may ilalagay si Rugby Boy sa show. Kasi feeling ko talaga, kailangan, meron yung, baka may communication
may disconnect
problem
May disconnect lang kaya ganyan yung nangyayari.
Maayos natin yan. Pero definitely yung last post niya nagkatirahan na talaga. This is bringing more attention to another possible rematch. And ang maganda kasi doon, it's gonna be team The Incredible MMA versus Team Rugby Boy or Team Casimero, 'di ba? So maganda yung nagko-crossover yung mo lahat ng Casimero fans, buta galit na kay Rolando.
Alam ko ang tawag yata nila ang tawag yata nila sa sarili nila Team Mandirigma, and all of them have yellow hair. I don't know why.
Okay, Team Mandirigma. Okay. Yung pala yun. Kaya lang ilaw ng Hindi ko talaga alam.
Mga Super Saiyan daw sila hindi ko alam.
Diba? Kasi you take the yellow hair Super Saiyan on Charles Oliveira, it looks good. Pero on Rugby Boy, I'll get it. I'll take it from Rugby Boy. Pero yung ibang tao, parang binabagayan pa din.
Kasi wala akong sinasabing pangalan, pero actually kasi may mga ibang tao na nagpapablond na nagmumukhang mga Solar Boys.
Di ba? Solar Boys. Spunky ka, di ba? Kabakal, always looking good. Alam mo, di mahirap, di ba? Uy, may merch nga yan eh. Nakita ko, Captain Barba, may merch pala yan, ha?
Oo, meron.
Di ba? Yung
minsan merch na suot ng mga vloggers eh.
Di ba? Memory capacity. God! Sabi ko na nga ba eh. Nako. Di ba? Hindi raw team Mandirigma, team Dugyot daw. Di ba? Ano ba yan? Di ba? Ako gusto ko yan. Bare knuckle na lineup. Team Incredible MMA versus Team Casimero or Team Mandirigma. Okay yan. Okay. So at least so we got URCC July 4, but this June pa lang, we're at June 13. So June 24 TNT Promotions, Tunay na Tigas, July 24 San Juan Phil Oil Arena. Please watch that. Maganda yung fight card, maganda yung mga laban. This is another avenue for MMA fighters or pure strikers that don't want to venture into MMA kasi hindi pa komportable sa grappling nila. Muay Thai fighters, natural kickboxers, diba?
Yes.
Boksingerong natutong sumipa. This is another avenue for combat sports athletes to shine. Okay? So, I'm very happy that TNT Promotions is doing this event at kailangan suportahan natin siya para masundan. Kailangan masundan. Okay, so then 25, it's the finals of the National Muay Thai Championships na Luzon leg. But again, tulad na sinabi ni Tito JC, first yun, the whole week. Okay, it happens sa Ultra sa Pasig. Ang finals is gonna be on Sunday, June 25. We're gonna be there to cover that event. It's very, ang daming entries, ang daming sumali, so nakakatuwa.
Imagine almost 600 entries from all over Luzon pa lang. Kaya I'm excited to see kung ano.
May Visayas, Mindanao pa.
Oo. Diba? So by December yung nationals na most likely gagawin din sa PhilSports Arena sa Ultra. Magkakaalaman yan. So basically the best of the best ng Luzon, Visayas and Mindanao lalaban dun.
Diba? Okay yan. Naku! Eto na! Shots fired! Ano magagawa ng Team Casimero sa amin? Massacre yan. Kahit Team Casimero versus Team B na event. Basta bare knuckle, DKB rule set. URCC!
Wala.
Baka naman!
Medyo interesting yan.
Mukhang naku! Alam mo, sige, Bernard will bring this up. Okay? This is a platform yan. Yung sa TNT Promotions din pala, they partnered up with Viva Max. So sa Viva Max Plus ang streaming ng TNT. Okay?
Again, Viva Max Plus hindi yung may
Hindi Viva Max.
Hindi yung may
Viva
adult
Max
content.
Plus. Ang alam ko, okay? So,
okay yun
diba? Tangina talaga. Rolando D on a roll. Sino magtuturo sa kanila ng overhook at underhook? Hindi na marunong mag-spelling. Nako, alam mo, ito na talaga. Dito yan. Mainit. Asan na si Tish at yung isang maganda si Megan? Okay, so...
Tito Pocholo.
Tito Pocholo. Nako, Tito Pocholo. And then may ano sila, parang may car show ba sila ngayon? I don't know.
Parang meron.
So make sure you follow them on their Instagram accounts. Yung isa na kasama nila, I forgot the name of the other girl, the tall girl. That one.
Si May?
That one is also with, hindi, si May, si Tish, parang nagkita-kita sa isa event, then pati yung isa URCC girl, yung matanda, nandun din. Sama-sama sila. Nakakatawa. They're all there. Pero yun nga, everybody, let's end this. Putag.
Grabe na to.
Magtutuwa
Ano na lang? Before we end, your thoughts on Josh Taylor versus Teofimo Lopez and yung announcement ni Teofimo Lopez na after the fight, bigla ba namang nag-announce na pinag-iisipan niya mag-retire?
Na siya. Oh,
diba?
I don't know.
Your thoughts on that?
That was a really good fight. Teofimo, this is the Teofimo Lopez that had a really good camp, really good game plan, execution was on point. Medyo okay yung ano talaga, maganda yung ginawa performance ni Teofimo Lopez. I'm not really sure. I hope he really takes the time to think about it. Pero yun nga, 'di ba, if he's not getting paid enough, 'di ba? It's either you negotiate better and or you do something different. Hindi pwedeng nasa panahon na talaga tayo nasa attention economy na tayo. Marami na tayong pwedeng gawin. It's not just the promoter's job to promote the fight. If the fighters can do that as well, ano pa rin, it's a plus. It's a win-win situation. Pero I mean, the fight was really good. I mean, clear display. Shutdown nga, di ba? Unanimous decision by a mile. Ang layo, di ba? Ang layo. So,
actually, interesting enough, related to that nga, may lumabas na follow-up article na nag-release a statement itong si Teofimo Lopez saying he wanted the 9-digit paycheck to reconsider retirement. Hindi daw siya magre-retire kung 9 digits ang i-offer sa kanya. Pero malabo eh. Parang, alam mo yung presyo na,
hindi ko rin alam eh, di ba? Ano bang weight division yun? 140 ba yun? 140?
140, yes, 140. Super light welterweight or junior welterweight.
Di ba? 140. So you got Tank, you got Ryan Garcia, you got Shakur Stevenson, you got Devin Haney, Lomachenko is still there.
Haney, akit.
Diba?
Oh.
Diba? So, it's, I don't know, it's a very tricky spot. And Teofimo Lopez naman kasi, ang claim to fame lang talaga ni Teofimo Lopez is beating Lomachenko once.
Actually.
Tama ba?
And then,
once or twice.
And then, hindi niya pa na-avenge yung loss niya kay, di ba? George Kambosos Jr. na nasira yung mindset niya doon after that loss eh. Sa totoo lang eh.
Yun ang ano eh, di ba? Walang consistent momentum behind his name. Yes, he's an accomplished boxer, but so is everyone else. That's the thing.
Yes.
So is everyone else. Diba?
Parang hindi pa ako completely sold kay Teofimo Lopez talaga kasi.
Not unless you really sell yourself and you do something drastic. Ano talaga yan eh. Yun yung problema. So, ano ba mga taon to no? Map Soberano and Rolando D. What the fuck are you? I am assuming this is the poster account. I'm assuming this is the poster.
Feeling ko.
Wow. Yeah, wala talaga. Okay. Everybody, let's take this home. Thank you so much for watching and listening.
Kailangan ko na itulog to. I'm really under the weather today.
In sickness and in health, si Tito JC.
Yes. Grabe.
Diba? Pero we're here to make sure to deliver you combat sports news
from
all over the globe, local and international. Thank you so much again to Mariano Jones for
thank you, that man.
Us, diba? And hopefully you learned a lot from what
that's a different side of the guy after everybody has talked smack about him
all over social media.
All over social media ngayon. We heard this side of his story. It's very interesting.
That's good. Diba? It's very interesting and he's a man on a mission. Okay? So again, June 24, TNT Promotions, San Juan Phil Arena. June 25, National Muay Thai Championships na Luzon leg. That's under the Muay Thai Association of the Philippines. That's gonna happen at Ultra. July 4 is URCC. We're gonna go back sa Xylo. So everybody, so much to unpack. So many other events to look forward to. Yung mga boxing events, sabihan nyo kami. Okay, yung mga boxing events, sabihan nyo kami ng mga events nyo para makita ng mga taong nanonood at nakikinig dito. If you're on Facebook, Please make sure you follow the Facebook page. Send us some stars. We'd appreciate it. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe to the YouTube channel and send us some super chat, super thanks, super stickers, and join our exclusive Chismisan Membership Club. Okay,
Yes.
para makakuha ng mga on the download. Okay? Everybody, thank you so much. The JC Reyes, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Okay? And we'll see you guys next week. Another edition of Combat Sports Weekly Live. Happy Independence Day, everybody.
Yes.
Bye-bye!
Bye-bye.
Mga